G'day guys and welcome back to your English Aussie. This is your Game Week 23 live stream. I hope you guys have got yourself almost set up now for Game Week 23. Live stream, I hope you got... Whoa, that was crazy. Sorry for that. Yeah, I hope you guys are ready. Game Week 23 is up in about 3 hours. We're going to run through all of the team news, all of the sort of tactical observations. We're of course going to be doing team reviews, so post your team ID down below in the chat if you'd like your team reviewed, or if you want to discuss transfer plans, comment down below with any planned transfers that you have, and I will get round to everybody's questions and answer them all. All the way up to the deadline, so please let me know below if you do have any questions. Game Week 22, we'll probably go through some of the tactical observations for them. We did do some deep dives in the week on both Arsenal and Manchester City, and we went through what we thought was sort of at play with Arsenal. They've been finding it more difficult to break teams down of late. And also we talked through Man City, and we talked about what sort of happened with them over the last few weeks, what their improvements are, what their fragility still are. Happy to go through that sort of stuff with you guys again this week. I can talk through chip strategies going forwards, potentially looking to use triple captain in Game Week 24, why I think the assistant manager in Game Week 24 is a terrible idea. And why I think that there are some key weeks that you can look to use that in the season. I can also go through for anybody if you're interested in what exactly you need to know for the assistant manager, and like how the points are scored, and then like sort of give a bit more understanding on why that is important. So yeah, we'll look to go through that. Just to start us off, I'll probably start by going through with some press conference updates for this week, and we'll start with Manchester City versus Chelsea. So in this game there was two pieces of news. We live from China. Oh man, Ria, nice to see you, bro. Chinese New Year Wednesday. So Happy New Year in advance. If you don't see me on some of the videos coming up, I actually just came from a Chinese New Year celebration with some friends. Just got back about an hour and a half ago. Yeah, made some radish cake, some other good stuff. They might be watching me today, so we'll see if I've got them into the stream for later. Yeah, nice to see the diversity through, not just the Aussies and the English. We got a few people from all over these days. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you before, so I don't think, so welcome. Yeah, first up, Man City v Chelsea. The comments that came out from an injury perspective for Man City was Ruben Diaz obviously felt a niggle, picked up a knock, asked to come off at half time. And Pep doesn't think that's good, but doesn't think it will be a long injury layoff, but he has been ruled out for this week. Jeremy Doku also in the last minutes against Ipswich pulled up with an injury, and he is unavailable also. Nathan Ake is still out with a muscular injury, and Oscar Bob, who fractured his leg earlier in the season, is now back training with the team, but it's sort of getting up to his fitness to be able to play in the team. So that obviously means at the moment City are quite light in the central defenders area. Depending on whether you count Guardiola as a centre-back or not, they have sort of potentially a Stones. It's sort of unclear on as to his fitness and whether he is able to play a full 90 minutes at the moment. He's obviously got a Kanji, and then the two new City signings that have come into the team might be thrown straight into the action this week. I think definitely could be thrust in the deep end against Chelsea. But I probably expect, I mean, if Stones is able to play the full 90, I told you guys to captain Woods. Lost Aussie abroad. Welcome back, mate. Luca, hey, how you going? Yeah, you're right. You're right, mate. Wood was the only correct captaincy choice last week. Every other captain blanking. Isaac, Salah, Palmer. What's your choice this week, Lost Aussie, mate? We should probably all listen to you. I've got my captain on Salah. Show my team, piece of meditation. This is my current team for this week. I've got the team news flying up across the left-hand side, and maybe I'll talk to it while I've got the team up. Salah this week, yeah, I think Salah's the obvious captaincy choice this week. I've got him. Oh, you seriously? What about my Bruno shout? It would have paid off. Oh yeah, Luca. I forgot about your Bruno. That was a bit tongue-in-cheek though, Luca. Come on, I know you didn't really believe that. How did the benchings go last week, Luca? Did we get most of them right? Hopefully we got the benchings right for you last week. Rat Dog, would I sell Gabriel or Bruno to one João Pedro to Gakpo? No, to be honest, if you're going to sell Bruno, just go Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz is a better option than Gakpo, to be honest. Jota's obviously out for a few weeks now. Called 3-1 Brighton, Ahmad blanked. I actually remember that. Yeah, I saw Ahmad blanked as well. I remember you said Brighton win. I couldn't remember the score. But it was funny. I was watching that game and I was like, yeah, you did call that Brighton win, Ahmad blank. Yeah, Rat Dog. I probably wouldn't. I prefer Luis Diaz as an option, to be honest, than Gakpo. I think he's got a much higher ceiling. I think with Jota out for the next few weeks, I think he's probably likely to start most of the games in the league. I reckon Núñez will probably play those sort of less important Champions League game where they've already qualified in the top 8. They're still looking to get the top spot, but I think Liverpool don't care first or second spot really, because a lot of very strong teams are right at the bottom of that Champions League lineup. Robinson or Munoz? I think someone else asked me that this week, and I think that's like not the easiest question. Robinson, Fulham at home against Man United is nice. Munoz, Palace versus Brentford. I think just for me, Brentford better attacking team. I kind of expect both teams to concede. And I think Robinson and Munoz both play in super attacking positions. Like Robinson's ultimately plays in like a left wing role for Fulham. Like Fulham, the way they play is like a 4-5-1 or like 4-2-3-1, however you want to pick that. And then like defensive shape is like 5-4-1. Like Robinson kind of slots back into the left back. Bassey comes inside a little bit. So I think Munoz and Robinson are much of a muchness. I'd go Robinson because I think there's slightly more likelihood of Fulham keeping a clean sheet against Man United than Palace against Brentford. But yeah, I see your point, Luca, about the Munoz goal threat. But I think Robinson's assist threat is obviously very high. 9 assists so far this season, number 1 in the Premier League. Mad Monkeys, Palmer or Rodgers? I see you, mate. I see you. Don't worry. Palmer. I mean, clearly Palmer. Still Palmer, mate. Still Palmer. Look, Man City is a great fixture for Chelsea. One of the parts we did when we talked through like the deep dives in midweek in the team observations, maybe I can pull it up on screen quickly. I did like a Manchester City deep dive and talked about their team positioning. And this is kind of what it looks like, right? And this is where I think Palmer could be so effective against Man City, because often if you see the guys in the middle here, like let's say that's a Kovacic and a like Rico Lewis who inverts from right back into central midfield, ultimately what happens there is they get caught pretty high up the pitch, and that's what's been happening to City a lot. They haven't had Rodri, who's been like behind the ball a lot of the time. Like one of their defensive midfielders needs to like play in a little bit of a deeper role to prevent those counters. But that's where Palmer can really get in between the lines in that space. Like I think this is João Pedro on the ball now that slots one through the middle. And that's the sort of spaces that I think I'm expecting Palmer to pick up. I think he could be a really a good shout for this week. Why are people selling Palmer? I actually have absolutely no idea. I think this is a great game week for Palmer. I think also, I'm pretty sure he's returned in like 3 of the last 4 game weeks. I think you're out of your mind if you're selling Palmer at the moment. You've actually lost it. I don't even know who's recommending that. I haven't really watched any YouTubers this week, to be honest. Justin, hey mate, who should I bench out? João Pedro, Fernandez, Wood, or Rodgers? How many do you have to bench out of that, Justin? B. Dot, I'm in limbo between Rodgers and Martinelli. What are your thoughts? Yeah, so I think this week, I quite like Rodgers against West Ham. I've been talking about this season how West Ham are really bad, defensively midfield in transition. City's mid is missing, and 2 centre backs out, So yeah, I kind of think I like Rodgers as an option. I'd probably play Rodgers over Martinelli. It's just because West Ham in transition really poor. That's where Rodgers thrives, in that transitional role. West Ham don't really have the legs in the centre midfield area, and really at the back either. So I like Rodgers over Martinelli. I know Martinelli's been sort of picking up form a little bit lately, but I do like Rodgers. Is there anyone else that you can move, B. Dot? I think there must be one to bench, Justin. One to bench, Wood v Bournemouth or João Pedro v Everton. It's hard to bench. You can't bench Fernandez just because he's a penalty taker. Rodgers, I really like the matchup this week. So it'd be between João Pedro and Wood for me. I think it's hard because with David Moyes in, I haven't really got a hang of how that Everton team is setting up tactically and how they play. I'd probably just bench João Pedro. I just don't know about Everton that much, and Chris Wood's been in such great form as of Nottingham Forest. And Bournemouth are obviously have a lot of injuries and are going to be a bit more attacking at home and do concede a lot of goals through central areas of the pitch. Luke, I want to captain Palmer. Yeah, I like it as an option. Desperate to fund Liverpool assets, open up free fees for assistant manager. Yeah, no, I think that's awful. You can get Liverpool assets in without selling Palmer. Assistant manager, don't use in 24. You're crazy. City's missing 2 centre backs out. Yeah, I think Palmer as captain could be a nice shout as well. But Ipswich also a team to target, very poor defensively. And plan to do Gordon to Mbeumo next week, but I have the option to bring in Mbeumo for Semenyo this week instead. However, that likely means being stuck with Gordon until game week 29. I mean, I like Gordon. I don't have an issue with Gordon. Newcastle have got Southampton this week. That's a great fixture. I wouldn't. But I have the option to bring in Mbeumo for Semenyo this week instead. I mean, can you just roll your transfer? I don't think you really need to do anything. You can just do nothing. Semenyo becomes a bit better in game week 25. I don't really like Semenyo. I prefer Dango Otara and Kluivert. But I mean, from game week 25, Bournemouth's fixtures are so nice. You almost don't really need to make any subs. I like Gordon v Southampton this week. I wouldn't move him to Mbeumo against Palace. Next week, maybe you can let's make transfer this week, but I'll keep Gordon this week for sure. I think maybe people see FPL hub stats and it just snowballs. Yeah, guys, come to my channel. Let me tell you, statistics are great. They're really helpful. They're not everything. You need to understand the tactical matchups. Understand that City are not fantastic defensively at all this season. Palmer v City is a great matchup. Even Jackson at the moment, I wouldn't be selling him. Unless you want to, I was talking midweek, if you need to, create funds for your team for certain players, I understand it, but otherwise, he's in my team. Let's be real, no content creators are selling Palmer. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any of them this week, but if they are, they'd be mental. Zombie Salah as captain. Salah for me, Riyadh, mate. I don't think it's a week. I don't know, I just don't feel like a differential against Salah v Ipswich. Ipswich have been shocking defensively this whole season. I just don't really see, and Salah's been immense. I know he's had a couple of blanks. Scored in midweek though against Lille. So yeah, for me it's just Salah. Defender to replace Mazraoui, Jan. Trent, Liverpool defender. Trent, Van Dijk, Kanate. Otherwise, Probably Anthony Robinson for me. Probably Anthony Robinson for me. Depends how long term, or even you could go like Julian Timber, Gabriel. Just how long are you looking for? Wish I'd held on to Son. I'll be happy for us, but so jealous if he hauls. Yeah, I love Son as a bloke as well as a footballer. Like, big fan of Son. Suku, my man, I'll put my team code if you can review it at some point. Yeah, man, I can pull you up right now. Yeah, what if Diaz is leaked to start? I'll buy and captain him. Mate, Diaz is going to start this week. Diaz will definitely start this week. He got taken off 75 minutes in the midweek game. Nunes played the full 90. Jota's out for like 2-3 weeks now. I think Diaz is like guaranteed almost. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but like 99% I would say he's starting. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can blame me, but like I'm happy to make calls. Like, that's what I'm here for. I think I'm pretty sure he'll start. Let's put you up on the screen, mate. Raul or Ahmad? I think you asked me this earlier this week, and I almost feel like I've changed my mind during the week. So sorry, firstly. And I just almost feel like Jimenez is maybe better. He's on pens against United, not been great defensively. I also spoke to my mate who's a United fan today, and he was like unsure where Ahmad's going to start if he starts. So, morning D Trader, good to see you, mate. Morning, mate. 8 out of 11 starting, same as you. Let's go for a big game week. Wicked, man. I hope so. I feel like I got a good team this game week. Like last game week, I sort of knew like I was sort of trying to manage the game week. Lost Aussie Boy, I give you a shout out earlier, bros, on another content creator. He put your channel out there, sent you the DM on your Insta. Hope you get a boost in subs. Oh, legend. Oh, was that you on? Was that FPL Tom? Was that FPL Tom? He was online earlier. Yeah, he's alright, that bloke. I like him. Don't know. Maybe I just like his accent. Yeah, Suki, sorry, mate. Let's look at your team. We'll go through the rest of them. Once again, my bench is better than half my team. Silenio, Shalva, Kirkes. Yeah, look, they're good for like 25. 25, it sort of picks up. I would say the game week for Bournemouth. They've got like Southampton, Wolves, but Nottingham Forest is like, you know, they don't score too. I shouldn't say that anymore. They're doing pretty well at the moment. So are we talking like who to bench this week? I mean, I'd probably bench Chalobah against City. City have been good going forwards at the moment. I think they've solved a lot of problems. As much as they're shitty defensively, like I think going forwards they've solved a lot of problems with Savio on the left, De Bruyne like sort of moving out to the right, leaving Foden in the half spaces, and then being able to swap and stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Bergen, Virgil, Maina, Gabriel, Gordon, Salah, Lewis. Yeah, I love the Liverpool triple up. Like, I think that's nice. Isak, Cunha, João Pedro. Yeah, I think Cunha's somebody you probably can look at the moment, Suku. Like, I think he's somebody that just has nasty fixtures over the next sort of 4 or 5 games. Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Fulham. Like, not nice. And 28, they get good again, but just depends if you're comfortable holding him through that period when you've got like Woods in form. Maybe Wissa as a possible option. I guess like the other point is like he could move to Arsenal like during this transfer window, and then like do you want to keep him in there just in case? Because then like Cunha up top for Arsenal would be sweet, would be great. But yeah, I think I'd go JP, Isak, Palmer, Diaz, Salah, Gordon, Gabriel, Virgil, Van Dijk, then Aina, Kirkes, or Chalobah. So it's like Aina or Kirkes. Like, who do you prefer? I'd just go Aina. I feel like a run of Wood Blank starts now. Yeah, man, that's thinking that has always screwed me in the past, Luca, man. Chris Wood, even last season, he just scores every other week. He'll have a blank and then he'll score. Just leave him in your team. No point moving him. Yeah, Ainley Kirkes, I think you're probably a decision. Saku, I don't know how I feel about Forest keeping a clean sheet against Bournemouth at home, but their defence has been super strong. Like, do we just continue to back them? I don't think he's got great attacking potential, Aina. I've got to be honest. So I guess you could play Kirkes and Semenyo, and bench Cunha, Chalobah, Aina, and almost go against Nottingham Forest, which is probably an unpopular opinion. But it's the way I see from your team of sort of maximising the upside. Your other option maybe you otherwise you go Cunha, Aina. Yeah, you go Cunha and Aina. Those are the two options, I think. Bryce, morning mate, good to see you. What time is it in South Africa, mate? It feels like it's a good, the South Africa time zone is like a good time zone. Boss R Hill, should I look to get Pickford in for the double? Yeah, no issues with that. I think Everton's fixture run after that's really nice. Like Leicester, Liverpool, then Palace, Man United, Brentford, Wolves, West Ham to 29. Like Pickford's got a good game week in 29, which is really important. And then 30 onwards is sort of the time where you're probably going to be playing your wild card around that sort of area. So yeah, I guess if you can cope, maybe you even play your wild card in 30 for 32 bet. I know it's a bit early for me, but I think Pickford works. It's just that sort of 30-31 Liverpool Arsenal that you sort of have to manage. If you have Fabianski on the bench, then definitely I would bring him in. I think that's really nice. If you don't prefer Alisson. I've seen people start Aina over Rodgers. Surely that can't be right. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd definitely start Rodgers. My bench right now is Aina, Ramsdale, Cunha, Chalobah. Saku, yeah, man. I think that was probably what my first choice would be. I was just sort of giving you an alternate option if you felt differently. I should give my opinion, but also it's not always the absolute. If you have a strong feeling about a player, you should always go for what you believe. But yeah, that's what I would go for as well. Hey Yasmin, good to see you back again this week. Hey footballers, good to see you, mate. Yeah, chuck your team in. Oh, by the way, guys, I learned this week that don't copy and paste your team ID. Actually type in the numbers in the chat, otherwise it doesn't come up. One of my mates told me that last week. It was on the stream. Bryce, mate, sorry. Let's get to you. So, Sanchez, Robinson, Sanchez, mate. Yeah, see if he starts this week. That'll be an interesting one. Robinson, Gabriel Hall, Palmer, Salah, Gordon, Bruno, Ismail Sarr. Probably start all of them. Oh god, and you got JP, Wood, Isaac as well. Tough benching in the midfield. It's hard when you have someone like Fernandes, against Fulham, who, if he wasn't a penalty taker, I'd bench him. But it's just so hard to bench penalty takers. You got 2 free transfers as well, willing to use both. Oh, where would I go from your team? I like it quite a lot. It's almost like pretty close to what I'd be wildcarding into. If I was not 100%, but pretty close. You got 2 Liverpool. You probably want to move towards a 3rd Liverpool. You could go Sanchez to Alisson or Sanchez to Pickford. Probably prefer Alisson, especially for this game week. Alternatively, you could do Bruno to Diaz. But again, moving a penalty taker out of your team is hard to do. I like your strikers. I think João Pedro this week's got a good fixture. Chris Wood is impossible to recommend moving. Need a keeper and sell Bruno for Kulusevski. Also, Maddison could be really interesting because now Solanke's out for 4 to 6 weeks, and Johnson's out as well. It means that I think Maddison's going to start every week. Obviously, he's on set pieces. I say he's going to start every week. You never know what Ange's going to do at the moment. Also, Bergval's been looking nice in that attacking midfield role. But yeah, Maddison definitely consider as well. The next 4 fixtures for Spurs are real nice. If you're going for like a 4 or 5 game week punt, Leicester, Brentford, United, Ipswich, Man City, like pretty nice. Then they have 3 like Bournemouth, Fulham, Chelsea, and then Southampton, Wolves, Forest, Liverpool, West Ham. Like Spurs fixtures are nice. Yeah, I'd have a think about that. Like, because yeah, I think if you can go Sanchez for maybe Alisson, I think Alisson for me is who I favour at the moment. You can just sort of set and forget him. The fact that you got Fabianski as your like bench keeper as well means that in game week 29, if Liverpool blank, like everyone's saying this as if we're going to beat Spurs, but Luca at the moment's going no chance, mate. We're having you for breakfast, I'm sure. So you know, if Liverpool do blank in 29, you got Fabianski with a good game week in 29 that can just play. Best keeper for this game week beside Alisson. Look, for this game week specifically, it'd probably be like Dubravka be Southampton, but then Pope's have come back now. He's like fit again, or a Raya against Wolves. But I'd say like if you're setting up longer term, it would be Alisson or Pickford for me. Up to 29, it would be Alisson or Pickford for me. And then yeah, I think in your midfield, it'd be tough for me to suggest anyone other than Bruno to move. Like, would obviously be Sarr, but you don't really can't gain anything from that. Nafsu, do you think I should sub in Cliver? Definitely for game week 25. Bournemouth's run of fixtures is real nice, but these next 2 weeks, I think you probably have better midfielders in there. No need to do it. Footballers. Yasmin, sorry. Hey, would you bench Sarr or Rodgers and Kirkes, Munoz or Robinson? I'd bench Sarr. I think Rodgers is really nice this week. 12:45 PM. It's a beautiful sunny day in South Africa. Durban, nice. Sorry, I was just reading that. Yeah, Yasmin, sorry. I'd bench Sarr over Rodgers, Kirkes, Munoz or Robinson to bench. Probably Kirkes. Also, is Isaac a good captaincy punt? It's a good punt, but I wouldn't be taking a punt this week. Just Salah against Ipswich is so nice. So is Palmer's a good captaincy punt as well. But yeah, I probably wouldn't be taking a punt this week. 946 footballers. Schluber, I'll do you after. Boss A, who always wondered, do you live in England or Australia? I live in Sydney, I live in Australia, mate. I used to live in England. I moved over here about 7 years ago. Yeah, so I've been, I just got my citizenship here last year, so I'm here for good now. They can't get rid of me. Christian Afdale sold Bruno to Bruno playing too deep in midfield. Yeah, Bumo's a great option as well, man. Also, welcome back. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't mind that. Best keeper for this game. I think Kanate is going to shine. So perhaps one transfer this week. Just do the keeper change. Yeah, but I don't think you got the money to do Sanchez straight to Alisson. If you did, then I would do one. But if you need the money, then move Bruno, Bryce. Yeah, Maddison, Cooley, Luis Diaz, all 3 nice options. I think you already had 2 Liverpool, right? I can't remember, sorry. Let's forget when I'm moving through. I picked up the accent quick. Nah, don't say that, mate. I've still got my English accent. Come on. I'm not accepted in England because they say I've got an Aussie twang, and in Australia they're like, you're so British, shut up. I need to have a beer. If I have a beer, then I'll sound more British. Alright, sorry, footballers. How would you rate my team and what changes should I do? Alright. Pickford and Sells, nice rotation. Robinson, Munoz, Hall, Einar, and Gabriel. Defence really nice. Mbeumo, Salah, Palmer. Oh, you're the guy who had Wilson. Yeah, that's been awesome for you lately, hey? I saw that this week. I couldn't remember who it was, but I was hoping you'd come back on my stream. Yeah, I think that's a really cool differential that's probably worked out really well for you. Wood, Isaac, Mateta. How many minutes did he end up playing? Oh, he played all 90. It's mad. Trying to climb out of the mini league with the Isaac punt. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Isaac's good. Like against Southampton, they concede tons of goals. Juric's press is not really working at the moment for Southampton. They've been their midfield's a bit unshoring of when to go, when not to go. That's why they've been conceding so many. I think Isaac could kill them. I think Newcastle's press could kill them, honestly. But yeah, also Palmer if you're thinking of another differential could be a good captain this week and see. I don't know. I like, to be honest, I think that team's pretty good. Let's say Sells and Pickford's quite expensive in the goalkeeper department, but it's probably been working really well for you so far this year. So, I mean, you should probably keep. I don't really have any transfers that I would say that you need to make. I honestly think you can roll. In terms of team selection, almost consider. I'd probably bench Wilson. I know that he's probably the guy that you don't want to bench. Should I start Rodgers against West Ham? I would definitely start Rodgers this week. I think West Ham are really bad in transition defence, and so their midfield is super slow. So the defence for Rodgers really does well. You saw him against Man City, caused them a lot of problems. But West Ham have a really similar like defensive midfield, central midfield issue that Man City do. They don't really have the legs, and they don't move well in transition. And then defence, Gabriel, Hall, one of Robinson or Munoz. I said Robinson earlier, but I'm like, if you guys think Munoz, I think it's a toss-up, and you should go with your gut on that. Yeah, then you should go with your gut on that. And then Sells in goal over Pickford for me. That's probably where I'd go. But I think you can roll. I think your team's really nice with Willers, mate. Really nice. Try and save up your transfers as you go. Like go to, because you've already used free hit and wildcard 2, so you probably want to try and save up your transfers towards game week 29, which is a blank. Keep trying to save them up over this period of time. The only other thing I could suggest for you is to try and bring in another Liverpool player. But I think for this game week, it would only be like, I don't know, like Gakpo for Wood or something like that. Or like your midfield, you can't really move for a Diaz. Your defence, I just like your defender. You can maybe move Gabriel, but Arsenal got some nice defensive fixtures after, like this week, and then after next week, like after Man City, they got Leicester, West Ham, and Forest. So you could move like a Gabriel next week. You don't really need to make the transfer this week. So I think you can easily roll this week and then look to bring in 2 Liverpool players next week if you want. Or if you want to like try and hit that Liverpool upside this week, maybe you go Gakpo for Wood. This is my old team transfers I made with Kluivert in this week. Oh yeah, sorry, because I can't see the transfers you guys have made this week, obviously, otherwise everyone would be on here in the mini leagues. Kluivert in, who did you have him in for? Midfield, Rodgers, Full, Gabriel, my bench, Boomer. I mean, like honestly, I'd have probably benched Kluivert this week. I think he's really nice for 25, but against Forest, I don't know, man. I don't know. You've obviously also got Sells and goal, so yeah, it's probably what. Anyway, I gotta keep getting through these. Hopefully that's helpful for us, mate. Guys, if you enjoy my content, please remember to subscribe to the channel. By the way, give the video a like. It really does help. It also helps people come on to the stream, etc. Man, we've been growing great recently. So yeah, Nassi, I think that goes for your comment as well. Do you think I should sub in Kluivert? And guys, I will get to all your comments, I promise. Like I just got to keep going through everything. So just bear with me on the channel while I'm getting through. Terrence or Schubert. What's a good GK I can swap Sells for? I think if I said like Pickford, Alisson, Pickford and Alisson will I be looking at the moment to counter that double. Otherwise, Fabianski just for game week 29, has a nice fixture. Like basically, you don't want to pick someone from Villa, probably Spurs at the moment, just in case they make it through. Probably Fulham in case they make it through. You want to avoid all the teams that are still in the cup because you have a nice rotation with Pickford, right? Yeah, so. Well, I mean, I guess you got Pickford. He can play in that 29. So Raya, you could even have Raya, Alisson. Who've got the nicest defensive fixtures? I mean, to be honest, I love Liverpool's defensive. I actually think Alisson's so nice. Alisson's like really nice to 33. I'd probably go Alisson. Do you think people are overhyping the Everton players? Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, for sure. I don't think you need Everton players in. The only reason I have one in my team is because I needed the money. Like, I wanted the money to move to Alisson in goal from Ramsdale, and I was downgrading Guardiola anyway, so I just put Mikolenko in because I was like, well, it's a double game week, he'll get some appearance points. If Liverpool don't beat them 5-0, then great. But Liverpool could easily beat them 5-0. And then it's just like 1 point, so it's not really a double game week. But Everton have some nice fixtures defensively anyway, like Leicester, Crystal Palace, Man United, Brentford, Wolves, West Ham to 29. So I think if you have a Leicester defender, like I wouldn't be like chucking in a bunch of Everton players, but if you have one, like it's nice for the double game week. I think it's nice, but it's not necessary for sure. Transferred Cunha for Gakpo, Lewis. Yeah, that's nice. I'll check your team after this one. Schlubber, Foden, BVD, Jimenez and Jackson are out. Gakpo and Bumo, Trent and Mateta are in. Ooh, alright. Loads of transfers. Let me read that again. So Foden, VVD, Jimenez and Jackson. Wow. Wow. And in is Trent for VVD. Gakpo, Mateta. Alright, nice. And Bumo for Foden. Alright, cool. Yeah, so I'll probably bench Ahmad this week. Play Rodgers. Play Trent, Gabriel, Hall. Bench Robinson, Vandenberg, and Ahmad. And yeah, really nice team. Probably don't. I don't know how much you have in the bank. Like, I mean, the only other thing that I could say. No, I think your team's nice. I don't think you need to make. I think yeah, you're pretty good there, Terence. Jonesy, hey mate, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you had a good week. Hope things are going well. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Looks really nice, Schliver. Yeah, cool. You're on board with the same. Let me just check I haven't missed anything. Too many good captaincy options this week. Where were they last week? At the moment, I'm on 1 Diaz, 2 East, had 3 Salah, 4. Leek, I love you, man. You're always making me think about like different captaincy choices. But yeah, like I actually was sitting on the in the car today thinking about Diaz, but I just think like if you're gonna go Diaz, like, well, surely you just go Salah. He's Liverpool's penalty taker. He's like the Liverpool GOAT. It would be Salah 1 for me, Isak 2, probably Palmer 3, or Palmer/Diaz 3. And then Ollie Watkins 4. Right, cool. Need to use that 6 midfielder option too. Too many good options. Yeah, I'd like the 6 midfielder as well. I hope you're having a barbecue in Australia Day, brothers, not Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, mate, definitely barbecue on Aussie Day. Actually, what am I doing on Australia Day? I have some plans. I can't remember what they're supposed to do. I think I'm like tennis or something. What am I doing on Australia Day? Oh, pest controlling, mate. I got pest controlling. Got pest control, play some tennis, go for a run. Should I start Rodgers against West Ham? Keep Boomer answered that, didn't I? I made 4 transfers this week. Lewis, you mate. 1966.26. I'll show you my team. Hey Jonesy. Yeah, I'll get your team off as well, mate. D-Trader and Jonesy. Robinson or Ahmad, Oliver, Silak. I prefer the attackers. I prefer the higher upside. I'd just go Ahmad, even though like I don't know really. I'd go Ahmad because if he scores a goal, if anybody scores a goal, Robinson's dead and buried. But Ahmad could get like an assist a goal, like same chance as Robinson of getting an assist. And yeah, obviously goal 5 points. Lewis, sorry, what did you say your transfer was this week, mate? Let me look. Sorry, give me a sec. Transferred Cunha for Gakpo. Oh yeah, nice. I think we talked about this last week, didn't we? Cunha for Gakpo. So yeah, Timber, Robinson, and Aina probably starting this week. Maybe Mikolenko if you fancy something different from Aina. Palmer, Salah, Bumo, Cooley, and Ahmad, yeah, probably all of them. Oh yeah, Gakpo would ease that. Yeah, okay, so your benching dilemmas between probably bench Ahmad. Probably bench Ahmad. Probably bench Ahmad. Play Sells, Timber, Robinson, Ainavi, Mikolenko. Make your choice. That's probably what I'll go for, Liz. I like team, looks nice. Don't think you need to make any changes particularly. Cooley's got some good fixtures coming up. Ahmad, I think, is someone you just got to have a think about. See how he goes this week. I think like he's a nice differential. I think if you like him, you keep him. If you don't like him and you're looking to come off him, then I don't know, maybe a Rodgers, maybe like a Dango Atara in game week 25, maybe a Clivert in game week 25. Those are the guys that you'd probably be looking at. Our D-Trader got you as well, mate. Yeah. Next up. Yeah, otherwise I think the team looks nice. Nothing to really move here. Salah and Gakpo, you can think about bringing in maybe Kanate for a Timber or something, or for a Aina. Oh, 3.3 in the bank. You can bring in a Trent next week, actually. Yeah. No worries, Shlubber. Give us a subscribe and a like if you thought I was helpful. Yeah, guys, if you think I'm helpful, please sub to the channel. Please like the comments, the video. Sorry. Yeah, I think looking good, Lewis, mate. Looks nice. Do you still have 3.3 million in the bank? You went Cunha to Gakpo. Herschel, dude, 2.1k. Congrats, bro. Starting with Verbruggen ourselves. Verbruggen. Everton. Still not trusting that David Moyes is going to change them that much until I see more. Start two between Mbeumo Rodgers Eze and Mbeumo Rodgers Abhishek. Alright, D-Trader. Nice to see you back, mate. 4x5. I can either do Foden to Mbeumo and João Pedro to Gakpo. Another option is Digne to Konate. Alternatively, Wood to Gakpo, Foden to Mbeumo, and João Pedro to Wissa next week. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh yeah, I like this team. Got enough different people to climb in rank as well. Hey, you're 58k. Get out of it, man. You had a good game. You went past me this week. You literally beat me this week. I had such a shambles week, man. Bloody Trent ruined me as usual. Anyway, I'll get to all you guys' questions. Ashraf, Philly, Yasmin, just give me a sec to look at this team for D-Trader. Foden to Mbeumo and João Pedro to Gakpo. Wood to Gakpo. And João Pedro to Wissa next week. Ooh, that sort of sounds kind of nice. That sounds really nice. Or have a think about this one. Just throwing it out there. Foden to Diaz. And João Pedro or Wood to Wissa. You kind of cover the Liverpool and the Brentford in your two transfers. I don't know. I mean, Mbeumo and Gakpo is still nice as well. Mbeumo's a penalty taker, but like just a different option. Yeah, I think Diaz does have that sort of higher upside than Gakpo. Like I actually think he's a better option than Gakpo. I don't know. The hype's just kind of like Foden. Yeah, Foden's a goat. He's just killing everybody. The hype's just like it's just content creators talking about Gakpo, but as a Liverpool like watcher, A with Jota out means that Diaz is gonna probably play more minutes. And B, I just think he's just more explosive than Gakpo. Like, please, if anybody plays against, actually no, if you actually play against Liverpool, like Gakpo just cuts on his right foot, man. Just send him down the line, please defend him, please. Yeah, if honestly, like if I was going for a Liverpool attacker, I'd go for Diaz. That's my honest thoughts. Keep the Diaz pick on the down line. Sorry, Luca. Sorry. No, I gotta be honest. I often like. I see things a little bit differently, I think, because, I don't know, maybe just because I watch the games, but yeah, I think it's a nicer pick. But look, in terms of like what you're saying, I probably wouldn't go Digne to Canate. I don't think that's the way to go. Okay, I'd probably even play. I might even play Digne in your team. Oh no, you got Hall, Trent, Munoz. Yeah, I mean, I'd consider playing Digne over Munoz. Villa, West Ham. Is he going to play over Madsen? No, just play Munoz, safer. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably go Foden to Diaz, and either a JP or Wood to Wissa. It'd probably be JP for me, but I probably wouldn't do it this week. So yeah, I'd probably just make a one transfer this week and maybe JP out next week, because I think Everton's a nice fixture and Palace is like, you know, they could defend okay, and then like Brentford v Tottenham next week is a really nice fixture for them. But look, I think like this is a really big decision to make. Fabianski over Sanchez this week. I expect them both to concede, really. Who do I think will get the more saves is probably the question. I don't know, to be honest. That's a shit response, isn't it? Probably Fabianski. Yeah, probably Fabianski. I just think maybe you get more saves, and there is the smaller chance that, you know, Watkins sometimes finishes like an absolute goober. So, and yeah, Villa take Rodgers as well. Sometimes finishing to be like a goober. So yeah, maybe Fabianski gets a few more saves. Probably get Fabianski. I expect Man City to score in that game. I expect Chelsea to score. I got my game week predictions that I'll probably put up as well. Alright, let me just answer a few questions. Those are probably my thoughts, D-Trader, mate. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me get through the questions. Robinson or Ahmad, Olivia, Sielek. I think I answered that. I said Ahmad. Diaz has star potential. Yeah, I agree, Luca. Salah is a lock this week, no brainer for captaincy. That's my thoughts as well. Philly, start Hodgson or Munoz. Munoz for me. Attacking potential. Clean sheets are so hard to pick this year. Herschel, start for Bruggen or Sells 2.1 again. Yeah, congrats on 2.1k, man. That's awesome. Hopefully my pick of Verbruggen will help you. Abhishek, start two between Mbumo Rogers, Eze, and Mbumo Rogers. Ashraf was the best 4.6 million defender. Ooh, you're really putting my knowledge to the test on 4.6 mil. Let me just have a look who's still at 4.6 mil. No one. No one. Luca Dean. Oh no, probably Bournemouth. They're not great, their defensive fixtures. I don't really like. Probably Mikalenko, man. Probably just go Mikalenko at 4.3. I wouldn't want to start him every week. Oh, Maria's at 4.6. That's so annoying. That was who I was going to say. Castagna, maybe, Fulham. Yeah, man. Probably Mikalenko or Castagna. I mean, Hodgson of Bournemouth is a nice set piece threat, but they don't have the greatest fixtures defensively, even from 25. So yeah, I'd probably go Mikalenko. Actually, just thought it might be better to bench Wood instead of Sai, Yasmin. Yeah, I mean, I really don't mind that at all, but it's just hard, like with the form he's been in, to do that, and the form Forest have been in. Start Hodgson of Munoz, Philly, Munoz. Spone, start Jimenez or Rogers. Fabianski over Sanchez, Fabianski, yeah, bro, JP ruined me. Yeah, JP's been a pain in the butt. But now Welbeck's back, João Pedro looks so much better in the 9, don't you think? Like, he looks so much nicer. No worries, D-Trader, 2 hours to make the call, yeah. Come back later, I'll probably have different thoughts. think the Diaz versus Gakpo choice is more to do with where you have space to field, midfield or attack. I don't agree, Christian. I don't agree. I think like you should be picking where you think is going to get the most attacking potential. If you're going for a Liverpool attacker, don't fill a slot. Go for the best option. Otherwise, like, why are you doing it? I think you should pick the best option for the double game week. And I don't think it's a long-term pick either, in my opinion. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm going to get through the team reviews, Luca, Jonesy, etc. in a second. I just want to go through these questions quickly before I get too far behind. Shiv Mayer confused, should I make a transfer or not? Defence, Gabriel, Hall, Munoz, Salah, Palmer, Diaz, Gordon, Rogers, Wood and Isaac. Looks alright, mate. I wouldn't make one. I have Mikalenko and Robertson, no, Ashraf. What did I... Oh, which one was yours? Sorry, man. Oh, you have Mikalenko. Sorry. Yeah, Mikalenko and Robertson. Yeah. 4.6 then. Oh, man. I'd probably go take a dig to say it. Nico Williams, Nottingham Forest, 4.4. That's where I'd go. Nico Williams. Ashraf. That's the best pick that no one's been talking about. I just forgot. And I just saw him on the list. Alright, back to team reviews. Thanks, Lost Aussie, mate. Good to see ya. Have a good week. Good luck. What's my real name? My real name's Adam, mate. Jonesy, you're up, aren't you? And then Luca, I think. I know you got a million teams, Jonesy, so if you can spread them out for me, that'd be great. 3 free transfers, thinking of rolling this week. Thanks, Shiv. Much love, man. Appreciate you. Give us a sub if you enjoyed the content and like the video. Help me. Yeah, Jonesy. Next one. We'll have, wait, this is the one. You have 2 trans. This is the same team, man. You're giving me the same team ID as what I put in. Thoughts on this team? You said you got 3 transfers and you were thinking of rolling. So Gabriel, Hall, Robinson, Salah, Foden, Palmer, Gordon, Wood, Isaac, Roger, Lewis, Konza, yuck. Lewis, yuck. Man City defense, got to go, Lewis, but you're probably playing Gabriel, Hall, Robinson this week, which I guess is fine. Midfield, you're probably playing 5. Ooh, who are you benching? Who are you benching in that midfield, Jonesy? Man, that's tough. I wouldn't want to bench any of them this week. I mean, I'd probably bench... I'd have to bench a forward. I'd probably bench Jimenez, Raul. I'll play all the midfielders. You could probably roll again, man. Just this week, your team's so strong. The only thing I would suggest is Sanchez in goal. Like, if you're looking to move, even if you're looking to move to maybe a Pickford, you could. But then, like, obviously going forwards... No, I won't play Longley. Would you play Longley? Did he even start? He doesn't start, does he? Ramsdale is potentially out. I still wouldn't play Longley. I mean, you could. Tom Wakefield Smith, yeah, man, I'll get to you as well. No worries. I think you can roll Jonesy. The only suggestion is really Sanchez, but you don't really have the money to do him as a 1 transfer. If you were to do him as 2, you could maybe go to Lewis down to Mikalenko and Sanchez up to like Allison, maybe. I think you might just have the money for that if you do that. Kind of wouldn't want to recommend 2 Everton defenders. I don't know, like, where's your transfer? Where's your next transfer going to be? Whatever that is possibly going to be, you downgrade one of them. Thanks for guys what you're doing for double game week. I'm triple Liverpool. I'm Allison, Trent, and Salah. That works for me long term. Like, I wanted a better goalkeeper, which is why I got Allison. It wasn't just for the better double game week. I've had Ramsdale in goal, so it worked pretty well for me. Luca, you're up, bro. Sorry for the wait. 2197, 148, and then after that we've got Jonesy, whatever your other team is, and Tom Wakeford-Smith. Any other comments that I missed? Matt Allen, g'day mate, just came to like and say hi. Oh yeah, good to see you again, Matt. I remember you from last week. Everton fan, nice. Oh, what's your thoughts on Everton team, Matt? Just out of interest, like thoughts on David Moyes? Has he changed stuff tactically? I feel like maybe you haven't had enough time to see, but that's something that I'm trying to pick out this week, because obviously I'm still sort of thinking of Everton as someone who can't score goals and like decent defensively, but having seen that game beat Tottenham last week, I wonder if you picked out anything different tactically for them, just lineups, how David Moyes is doing stuff. Would be interesting to hear from an Everton fan. I'm going to have a bit of a closer look this week, and then maybe I can give you guys some advice. Luca, man, 55. Hey, we got our bench decisions right last week, Luca. Alright, Munoz Gabriel, but who's going to know that one? No, you wouldn't have benched Gabriel, would you? Pretty solid. Pretty pleased with that. Kenneth, I'll get to you, mate. Don't worry, just give me a little bit of a second to go through this. Initially, I was thinking Wood to Gakpo, but I want to hop on the DS train. Could put him in for Bruno, or could just roll him and bring in Canate a bit stuck. I'll tell you what, give me a second, because I want to give this Diaz shout some more detail and flavour. So what I'm going to pull up is this, which shows the fixtures. So if you left it to next week to make the call, you'd see who starts the PSV game, which means you'd probably know who's going to, still tough, because this Bournemouth, Tottenham, so this is like the fixtures, right? So Liverpool have got Ipswich, then PSV on Tuesday, which they've already qualified, but PSV, just bear in mind, is Gakpo's previous team. So my thoughts are that Gakpo plays that game. Then they got Bournemouth on the Saturday before Spurs in the Cup semi-final on Tuesday. So it's those two that I'm concerned about the rotations. So I'm expecting Liverpool to rest most of their players against PSV. I almost think that Gakpo could easily get a rest against Bournemouth. And they play Diaz left wing, Darwin through the middle, and then everyone plays Tottenham, everyone rests Plymouth. We'll have our full strength team against Everton, which will be Gakpo, Diaz, Salah. Do I bet on any of the game's players? I put a few cheeky multis on. I've got my predictions as well. I normally bet on NBA, to be honest. I'm a big NBA fan, but I normally like NBA playoffs are the best time to make money, because all the odds are wrong. So yeah, I think my thoughts are, this is the hard week to predict, this Bournemouth game, but I almost think you're more likely, I know this is crazy, but I think you're more likely getting Luis Diaz playing double than Gakpo. I think Gakpo could easily rest that Bournemouth game, play Tottenham, rest Plymouth, play Everton, and play PSV and Ipswich. Because PSV here, maybe he just plays 60 minutes, comes off. Liverpool don't really care about the game. So between jumping on, so we're talking about jumping on Diaz for you, Luca, with this team. Would you do it in 23 or wait for 24? You obviously see who starts for PSV, so I don't think it gives you that much more. I think if you're going to do it, 23 is fine to do it in. It doesn't give you that much more information. You might know a bit more about Gakpo, but I think Diaz-wise, I don't expect him to play PSV anyway. So it probably doesn't give you that much more information waiting an extra week. If you're going to jump from Bruno, you could probably just jump this week. Or do you just ignore Liverpool attack and go to defence? Yeah, I think it just depends on what you want. Like, I think there's a higher upside in the midfield. I think there's definitely a higher upside in the midfield. If you're looking at moving one of your midfielders anyway, I personally think your midfield's nice. I also, to be honest, this team is like almost perfect. It's just one Liverpool player that's deciding where to go with it. That's probably the discussion we're having as well. I feel guilty buying Bruno for only 2 game weeks after selling Son. Now he has Leicester. Yeah, but you've got, like, sometimes you just got to make those decisions. Like, I brought in Gabriel Jesus for like 3 weeks and he got injured and I just subbed him out again. I think I did similar with João Pedro just before that. I had him for like 3 weeks, subbed him out for Jesus, then subbed Jesus out for Wissa. Like, they all scored me points, but or some, well, João Pedro didn't. He's straight out. Jesus did. He's out. And like, sometimes you just got to make the transfers. If I do my Diaz for Bruno and then Bumo for Gordon next week, my attack is perfect. Yeah, I kind of agree. But the thing is with Diaz is long term. Like, I think you got to think if you want to. Like, the reason that I went double Liverpool defence is because I think I won't have to worry about them long term. Like, I'm probably going to take Trent out in the future, but like, I won't have to worry about whether they're going to be playing each week and whether I need to bench them or not. So if you're going to have that issue and like you're going to be worried each week about whether you think Diaz is going to start or not, and you don't think you're going to be able to pick it well, then don't do it. If you think you're fine and you've got a nice 5 midfielders and you can rotate them anyway, then it's probably fine to go Diaz. Long term, I'll need to take him out probably for some. Yeah. So if you're going to bring Diaz out in like 26 or something for Semenyo, or 25. I mean, 25, 26 for Liverpool is actually quite nice. Wolves and City. It's really like 29 that like you want to be bringing out Liverpool players. If you can run with Diaz through to 28 and then take him out in 29, I think that probably works for me. I'd almost say that, like, in hindsight, I maybe could have done that, but I didn't structure my team well to do that. I'd always made the plan, and it just didn't feel like it was right to switch. So, yeah, like my gut says you should go Bruno to Diaz. My gut says that. That's what I'd go for, mate. But yeah, obviously, if you want to go Liverpool defence, probably be Gabriel out for me. Greaves out for me. To Canate maybe, if you can afford that. Otherwise, Gabriel. Or Munoz. Probably Munoz. Just because of that blank in 29. I think if you're going Liverpool defence, you wait till 24. Oh no, you can't wait because you won't see the results in 24 until after the double. Yeah, you just got to make the pick. Yeah, I'd probably go Munoz out if you go Liverpool defence, just because too many people otherwise blanking in 29. Alright. Who have we got next? Jonesy and Tom. Tom got your proper number in first, Jonesy, but you're always here, mate. I'll let you have it because I know that you just put the wrong number in. And you're my guy. But I like that. Tom's here all the time as well, actually. Thanks, Tom. I'll be doing you quickly, mate, don't worry. What would you do with this team? Two free transfers in this one, right? And you're also thinking of rolling. If I was in your position, Luca, I'd go Bruno to Diaz. And I'd go for the upside. Gabriel Robinson, Hall, Trent Timber, Roger Salomon. Yeah, mate, I would be rolling this team. It's the same thing with Sanchez in goal. It's probably the thing I'd be wanting to move. I'd want to move Sanchez to Alisson. I'd really want to move Sanchez to Alisson. With 3.4 mil in the bank, I'd probably do it this week. I'd probably move Sanchez to Alisson. Yeah, if you're not like planning to do Liverpool triple, like you double attack, I just feel like this team is crying out for a better goalie. And like it just works. Like the Liverpool fixtures are nice. I know 26, 27, Man City, Newcastle, but outside of that, Ipswich, Bournemouth, Everton, Wolves, Southampton, and then 29 you've got Fabianski to cover the blank. That's what I'd do, mate. Alright, Tom. Sorry for the wait, mate. Hopefully he's still stuck around for me. Kenneth, my mid Langasala, Gordon, Palmer, Bruno. Who should I sell? I'm thinking selling Bruno for Cooley. You don't need to sell anyone, mate. You can roll that. Otherwise, I'd probably be looking to move Elanga. Nottingham Forest fixtures, attacking wise, not amazing. They probably get better from 29. Probably move Elanga to like. But I mean, you can probably get through the next couple of weeks. I'd maybe moving like 25 to like Semenyo, Atara, Clivert. It would probably be Atara or Clivert for me, especially if Enes are now and forgot the name, just blanked on him. Evan Nilsson are not back yet. Christian, wait for my predictions to put the bets on, mate. I'll pull them on if I can ever get through with these team reviews. Tom, double Arsenal. Ray Fabianski, Hull, Gabriel, Munoz, Mikalenko, Greaves. Okay, 1.3 in the bank. Gordon, Palmer, Rogers, Salah, Sarr, nice. Jackson, Isak, Wissa. Yeah, midfield and front lines looking good. Tom, do you have any? Got Gakpo in this week for Jackson and prep for Liverpool double game week. Okay, cool. Yeah, front line looks good still. Salah, future transfers, that's what you want to help with, right? Yeah, so you've obviously got money in the bank. So, like, think you've got 3 Newcastle, you've got 3 Liverpool, you've also got Munoz, and you've also got Rogers, right? That's 8 players that if Liverpool turn over Spurs, and just close Luca's ears while I'm saying this, if Liverpool turn over Spurs, you've basically got 8 players that are not going to play that week. So over the next, how many weeks have we got? 6 or so game weeks to game week 29, which is where that blank's going to be. Your transfer should be focused around moving those players out. So Hull, Gordon, Isak, Salah, Mikalenko, Gakpo, Rogers, 8 players, sorry. And ultimately, like, you're not going to want to move Salah, you're not going to want to move Isak because there's too much money caught up in those people. They've obviously risen in price quite a lot. So for the players that have risen in price quite a lot, you probably want to keep them on your bench in 29. So Salah and Isak, you probably bench in 29. And then maybe 7 Mikalenko, I don't know what's 7 Mikalenko. Salah and Isak, you probably bench, and then you pick one out of Hull, Munoz, Gordon, Rogers, and Gakpo, who it was. Finners, my guy. Hey, bro. Good to see you. Always got to say hello to you as soon as you're on. I hope you liked. I put your thumbnail up for my video this week, your original one, but I switched it out middle of the way through to see like which one was working better because I'm trying to understand what people prefer to click through. So hope you don't mind that I switched it out, but I did have your thumbnail, so thanks a lot for the help with that. Appreciate you as always. Yeah, sorry. So Tom, hopefully you're still listening. If you are, let me know. But yeah, work on those 5 players. Otherwise, I'd be rolling your transfers. So then maybe if you want those players in there, in 29, if you can have like 4 or 5 free transfers, then you can move them all out in 1 week. That's what I'd probably be looking to do if I were you. Still here. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, so I think that's where I'd be looking with your transfers over the upcoming weeks, in trying to ultimately roll as much as you can, or if you are moving people out, it would be Hull, Munoz, Gordon, Rogers, Gakpo, those 5, because you bench one of them along with Salah and Isak, and then the other 4 you look to try and move out of your team over the next 5 weeks, or you roll the transfers if you like them at the moment, and then in 29 you make all the transfers at once. So I think your team looks really nice at the moment. You don't need to worry too much about like your transfers. Obviously, I think for 24, like if you want to have the triple Liverpool, I think it makes the most sense with your team to either go Ismail Assar up to Luis Diaz if you can make it. I'm not sure if you can make it that with your money, or Raya to Alisson, which is an easy one, which is nice. It's nice, to be honest. Arsenal's defensive fixtures are okay, like decent. I would say, but not like world beating to have double. Oh, you've already got double Liverpool attack. Sorry, I'd definitely be looking at Raya to, because you got Gakpo for Jackson. I'd definitely be looking at Raya to Alisson, or even like a Gabriel to a Trent. One of those two. And then after that, focus on rolling or focus on moving those players out of your team to 29. Really important to try and make it through 29 without using the free hit, so you can use it in 34 when it will be a bigger blank game week. Alright guys, what have we got in the chat here? Hopefully that was helpful, Tom, mate. Sorry for the bit of the delay. Matt, so far so good with Moyes. We had a great team in his first spell and kind of fell apart after he left. It was probably the safest appointment. We look more of an attacking threat now. That's, yeah, I mean, obviously scored more goals in the last week, so that was good. I'm actually going to punt on Moyes AM ship in 24, then look to move to Emery in 25 and Frank 26. Have you already used your triple captain, Matt? Because if you have, please don't use your assistant manager in 24. Like, I just think that, like, I can explain in more detail when we have a little bit more time, maybe once we hit the deadline, or if this dies down a little bit. I'm just going to ask the questions, but I explain why assistant manager in 24 is not the place to use it, unless you have already used your triple captain. Yeah, I'd try and save it for 31, 32, 33 or 36 to 38. Basically, short version is 36 to 38. Like, if Liverpool have already won the league, there's a few fixtures, like we have Arsenal, Brighton, Palace. Like, the Brighton and Palace ones, they might be playing for something in 37 and 38. You could use it to try and get the bonus. 36 obviously a double. And then 31, 32, 33, there is a chance that there are 2 double game weeks. And then you could use use the assistant manager in a double game week in 31 and an assistant manager in a double game week in 33. There is genuinely a chance that could happen. So just hold on to it. It's a really good chip. I try not to use it in 24. I reckon anybody who uses it in 24 is going to regret it massively unless they get very lucky. So yeah, I just think if you can, hold off, mate. Hold off. But thanks for your advice on Everton. Interesting that you look more of an attacking threat. Anybody that I said Verbruggen to, take that into account. Yeah, Luca, I do like that. Bruno or Kulusevski? Kenneth? I like Maddison over Kulusevski if you're going to be making a transfer. But the next 4 weeks, let's say the next 5 weeks, I'd say it's pretty even. This week specifically, it'd probably be the Spurs player, but after that, Bruno, Kulusevski or Mbeumo. Yeah, that'd be Mbeumo for me. But over the next 5 weeks, if you had either a Bruno or a Kulusevski or a Maddison, I wouldn't swap to another, I'd keep them. But Mbeumo would probably swing me. Mbeumo would probably swing me to Mbeumo. I think Brentford's fixtures are real nice. Gorav, Pickford or Kinski in goal. Speak to Matt, he'll tell you. No, go Kinski, man. I know Spurs are tragic, but come on, they've got to keep a clean sheet. I mean, both of them are tough. No, Pickford. Spurs are just too tragic. And Pickford makes a lot of saves. So save points, Pickford. Brian, hey bro, good to see you in the chat. Any more thoughts on Salah treble captain? I know, hopefully I gave you enough info. I know you DM'd me on Insta, so I was hoping. Actually, someone told me if you DM me again. Sorry, I'm not as good as replying on Insta. If you comment on my YouTube videos, I'll always reply to you until maybe 2 hours before I do this stream. Then I'm like busy prepping. But if you comment on my YouTube, I'll always reply to you. And then yeah, if it's 1 or 2 hours before the deadline stream, just come on my stream and I'll reply here. But yeah, any thoughts on the Salah treble captain versus Ipswich? For you, it made sense, mate, because you're obviously playing in your mini league, which was a manager of the month thing. So look, if there were no double game weeks in FPL, then Salah v Ipswich is probably one of the two I would go for. Salah v Ipswich and maybe Haaland v Ipswich at home. So I think it's a fine option for you, given that you want to win the actual real money for your manager of the month league with your mates. And obviously next week's a little bit too late. But ultimately, like, I think the double is better long-term FPL, because like you also get, just think like you also get an extra 2 for the appearance. So even if he scores, even if he gets an extra assist or something in the Ipswich game, he gets 2 points for playing in the next game. And if they keep 2 clean sheets, he gets 3 points just for playing in those games. So it's like, and then if he does do well, you get the potential of additional bonus points in both weeks. So there's just so much more upside to using it in a double, especially for Salah, who's been a bonus points magnet. So if he does anything, if he does stuff in both those games, it's got to be him. Yeah, no worries, Matt. Maybe I'll do a little bit on AM chip. Like once the deadline finishes today, I'll put up like the details. I've got it set up just in case anybody asks me on it. I can run through some of the stuff. Luca, ping me if I didn't answer any of your questions, mate. I think I did, but ping me again. Jonesy, thoughts of Gakpo and should Foden be dropped? Wouldn't drop Foden this week against Chelsea. See how he goes. I think Man City have really solved some stuff with their attack. As I was saying, and I said on my tactics and stats this week, if you watched that video, Savio, Doku on the left-hand side getting down the wing, mostly Savio on his left foot. De Bruyne switching with Foden, interchanging on that right, able to cross balls in from the right, allows Foden a little bit more space in those half spaces in the 10, because Savio is not cutting in from the right and then closing off that space for Foden. Teams that are now playing a box 4 in the midfield against Man City, struggling a little bit more. And they obviously used to play 5 at the back, man marking Haaland, which Southampton were the ones who figured out that's how to stop them a little bit. Now with De Bruyne flicking out to the right a little bit, Savio beating them on the right hand side, opens up just a little bit more space for Foden in and around those sort of 18-yard box areas where he's been able to do really nice. So I'd keep him in for one more week if you can. Pickford or Kinski, you went Pickford. Salah triple captain. Did that start Gabriel or Robinson this week? Gabriel for me, Jonesy. Wolves don't back them. Finners, 1 transfer and 0.1 mil in the bank. Sorry, Tom. Still sweet, thank you, Chief. No worries, Tom. Fundles by Mateta or Wissa. Do you have Mbumo? If you have Mbumo, buy Mateta. Look, I've got to be honest, I think I'm being a bit stingy on Mateta. I just feel like I don't want to go for him. I'm not really... I think I've got to admit that he's a good pick. Like, not that I don't want to admit it, but I just think Palace don't score that many goals. And like, I like Wissa more. But it's maybe just because I see him as such a good footballer. But Brentford, I guess, have a few more scoring options. My brother's my enemy. You're pretty right, Finners. I don't like to give him... He bangs on every week about how Mateta's going to score and it pisses me off. To be honest. I might text him now. Tell him Mateta's rubbish. He did reply me last week, I just didn't see it in time on the stream. He said he thinks Salah will play, by the way. So he got it right last week. Just wanted to let you know Mateta isn't going to score this week. Love FPL chat. He's going to hate that so much. He'll probably send me a video of his little boy talking about Mateta. His little boy somehow has been trained into saying John Philippe Mateta. So terrible, terrible. Yeah, look, if you don't have Mbumo, go Mateta. Sorry, if you have Mbumo, go Mateta. Otherwise, I don't know. It's 50, I don't know. I prefer Wissa. I prefer Wissa as a player, but Mateta's nice as well. I think you could go for either. But if I'm picking Wissa. Broski, I'm doing it. Selling Bruno for Mbumo, Sanchez for Alisson. Let's go, Bryce. I like it. I'm scared of selling Bruno for Mbumo. I'm just scared of Bruno. I'm always scared of Bruno. I never have Bruno, and I'm always scared of him. Look forward to your AM shout. If I'm not here live, I'll watch you back later. All the best for this game week, mate. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. And yeah, have a great week. Good luck this week. Mo Gouda, 2 transfers. Who should I swap? Palmer sell, definitely not. Please do not sell Palmer. If you're selling Palmer, you are losing your mind. It's a great game week for him this week against Man City. Man City is shambles in transition. Palmer's going to get in between the lines. What's your team ID, Mo? Chuck it in the chat. I'll put you up on the screen, and I can talk through your 2 transfers and who you should make. Maybe I can talk through. I never finished going through team news either, guys. I don't know if anybody. Oh, maybe I'll put it up. Maybe I'll put it up for you guys, and we'll just run through while we have time. Finners, did you put your ID in the chat, by the way, mate? If you are putting your... sorry, man, I remember you actually said 1 transfer, 0.1 mil, but your ID didn't come through. Don't copy and paste the ID. You have to type the numbers in. Otherwise, like, it doesn't work for some reason. It doesn't come through in the chat. Jesus with who? Wista, Mateta, Wood. So many striker options. Oh, 122, 1300. Yeah, that's the one, man. I should just know that off the top of my head now, man. Alright, let's get you up, mate. Honestly, like when you said it earlier, I was like, I know your ID. I was just trying to think of it. Man, sales Aina. 0.1 in the back, is it? It says 0.3 here. Anyway, same. Foden came in clutch for me last week, Brent Green Arrow, man. Foden hurt me last week. Foden hurt me. But I did say I was supporting Foden for you, so, but maybe not that much. Maybe not for 19 points, maybe for like 10. Yeah, I think I'd keep Foden again this week. Isaac, Wood, Cunha. I think we talked about Cunha, eh? I think Cunha's the way you got to look. And if you take him out and move him, I'll probably bench him out and whoever you bring in for Cunha, like a Mateta or a Wissa. I'll probably like Wissa given you don't have Mbumo, but if you're thinking of bringing Mbumo in the future, then maybe I wouldn't go Wissa. Is the number 4 on your Aussie jersey picture of homage to the great Tim Cahill? Yeah, it was. I actually created that on some AI picture app, and I was like going through like different things, and I was like Tim Cahill with a glass of tea, and like the tea is representing the English Aussie, like TEA, in an Australia shirt with an England flag in the background to try and factor in everything. Yeah, I might have to change my my name to the English Aussie Cypriot soon, because my mum's from Cyprus and I'm trying to get a Cypriot passport, so I've got an EU passport, because the British one sucks now. So bad that we can't be in the EU, that we left the EU. Sorry, I shouldn't be having political views on a football channel. Anyway, it just sucks for travelling, man. Like, it's so annoying. I like working in Europe and stuff. Who to bench? Cunha? Yeah, Cunha, Greaves, Mikalenko, man. Those would be my benchings. Brentford would be Palace. I'd consider Flecken. Like, I'd consider playing Flecken. Just so you, I don't know, if you want to diversify from having 2 Forest defence. Or if you want to go total upside, sales name, that's fine. But yeah, I'd say like transfer plan wise, I think Foden's good again for this week. See how he goes, see how City go against a proper team. think Chelsea do have their defensive weaknesses. See if City's attack, like what I've been saying, like I think it's got a lot better. Like for me, like I'd like to have Foden, but looking at that fixture run, like just can't bring him in. I miss Tim Cahill punching the corner flags. Yeah, absolute legend. Absolute legend. He is an Everton player though, so I can't give him too much credit. But I do love Cahill. If you get a new keeper, Pickford, or hold out and get another Liverpool player next week without taking a -4. If you're planning to take the -4 next week, then wait, roll your transfer and get in another Liverpool player next week. I think your team's fine this week to roll, like completely fine. Just bench the guys in here, Cunha, Mikalenko, Greaves. Roll the transfer, bring in a couple of Liverpool players next week. Like if Foden doesn't go well next week, you could go, thank you very much for your 19 points. Down you go to Diaz, upgrade Gabriel to Trent or to Kanate or whatever, or upgrade Greaves to Kanate, so you have a bit more of a bench. I think we were discussing this in the past and trying to bolster your bench a little bit. That's probably where I'd go for this. No worries, mate. Which FPL team do I support, Matt? It's probably best you don't find out the answer to that one, mate. It's the last team you would enjoy. Let's put it that way. But my local team are Palace, so my brother's a Palace fan. So they're probably, to be honest, well, back when I was in the UK, they were probably the team I went to see the most because he had season tickets. So I was always there watching Palace. And I honestly think of all the stadiums I've been to quite a few in England. Palace genuinely, like, not just saying this because they're local to me, they have the best atmosphere of all the teams in the Premier League. The guy beating the drum for 90 minutes is just a psychopath. Like, I don't know how he can beat that drum for 90 minutes. He's crazy. But it's an amazing atmosphere there. I would recommend, if you haven't been to Sellers Park, go to Sellers Park. Get as close to the Crystal Palace fanatics as you can get without getting killed. I sit in with the fanatics. Unlinked, unliked, and unsubscribed. Yeah, valid, mate. Valid. That's alright. I'll let you off. So AM chip stuff. Matt, while you're here still, might as well just run through it. Obviously, point scoring 6-3-2-1. 10 for a bonus win, 5 for a draw. And like, obviously my thoughts are, if you get a win, like, it's so valuable to make sure you get a win, even more so, I think, than going for the bonus. Because if you get a win, you get 6 for the win, and if your team is winning, the least goals you can score is 1 and win 1-0, right? So you get 7 points plus the clean sheet, 9 points. So the least points you could get for a win is for a 2-1 win, which would be 6 points for the win and 2 points for 2 goals scored. So you get 8 points for every win. It's basically how you need to think of it. If you get a win, you get 8 points minimum. So for me, that's much bigger, because even if you get a bonus for the draw, and say it's like a 1-1 draw, you only get 9 points anyway, and it's way more risky going for like Crystal Palace to beat Brighton and going for like something like that and picking the correct option than to go for the win, which is why I recommend, and I'll show you on my chip strategy, which is why, yeah, I'm looking forward to Derby as well. I think it might be a lot more closely contended than people think, to be honest. Especially if Moisey's getting you guys into some good form. So, ignore some of the commentary here, but let me talk through it. 29 is the blank, will be the winner of Arsenal Newcastle, winner of Liverpool Tottenham, will blank in 29. Likely that their fixtures will be in game week 33, but there's reasons why that might not happen. And then the blank in 34 is the 4 FA Cup semi-final teams. So if they're 4 Premier League teams, then 4 Premier League teams will blank in 34, which could be 8 fixtures, right? There could be 4 Premier League teams against another 4 Premier League teams. So 8 fixtures will be a blank in 34, possibly. And in 29, there'll definitely be 4 teams blanking. So those teams, and if we just... Yeah, but do you remember Divock Origi stealing the ball off Pickford? Sorry, I can't. Divock already, he's the GOAT, mate. He's the all-time GOAT. Let's see how much you can see on the screen here. You can see up to game week 84, right? So these are my thoughts, right? In 24, we'll find out who makes it through. Sorry, man. We'll find out who makes it through to the final, so we'll know exactly who blanks in 29. So let's just say, again, cover Lucas is, he's a Spurs fan. Let's just say it's Liverpool and Newcastle. That'll mean Liverpool v Villa and Newcastle v Palace, right? That's why I'm always talking about being careful with Muñoz's, Halls, Gordon's, all of those guys. But after 24, we're going to know all that. We know whether it's going to be easy to get through 29 or not. Think about like rolling your transfer fee then ultimately, if you look here, there's a blank in 33, this yellow. That's where they could play their fixtures. But also, if those teams are not in the quarter-final of the like Champions League or Europa League, they could put the blanks in 29 into 31 or 32. So say Liverpool were to beat Spurs, Liverpool probably pretty likely to be in the quarterfinals, let's say. Whereas if it's Newcastle v Palace, the other game, they could put that blank into 31, they could put that blank into 32, because neither of those teams are playing there. So you could end up having a double game week in 31 or 32 for Newcastle, which would be Leicester and Palace, say, or Palace against Brighton and Newcastle, or Palace against City and Newcastle, or Newcastle against United and Palace. And then another double in 33, which would be Liverpool v Leicester and Liverpool v Villa, or Villa v Newcastle and Villa v Liverpool. So my thoughts are, if you use the assistant manager chip there, that would ultimately be the ideal result for an assistant manager, because you'd get a double game week. You'd get the 31 or the 32 and the 33. And I think that is very possible that could happen, which I don't think anyone's spoken about, because no one actually looks at this. They just rely on other people to tell them on Twitter and Ben Crowley to tell them. But this could definitely happen. And then if you use your assistant manager chip there, like my thoughts are, you got two options. You maybe punt on Palace v Brighton and Newcastle, because they got two chances to get a bonus, a cheeky bonus win. And Palace are getting into form at the moment. Or, as I was saying about like how important the win was, you go Newcastle v Leicester and Palace, you potentially get 2 wins, which is minimum 16 points. And then you go Liverpool in the 33, you can get 2 wins, Leicester and Villa, minimum 16 points. And in 32, like if you got it right in 31, you could take a punt in 32. You could take a punt on like Wolves to beat Tottenham, or I don't know, like maybe Everton come into form under Matt's mate David Moyes, and Everton v Forest, or like there's a few fixtures here that you could take a little punt on, like Palace v City. Like mate, Palace always damage City, So like this 32, you know, there are options to take some little cheeky punts on some teams in 31 and 32 really. So I think like if that does happen, there are 2 doubles. I would definitely play my assistant manager chip here, which would mean I would free hit in 34, a wild card in 35 and bench boost in 36. Otherwise, if that didn't happen, I'd look to probably play my wild card in one of these weeks, like a 31 or a 32, maybe rogue even 30, and try to set my team up for a mental bench boost in 33 if there was like a small double. Triple captain, I would say 24 on Salah is just OG, man. I know everyone's doing it, but yeah, 2 Mohamed Salah games, like it's just there's nothing better. The other option would be 33, but I just think it doesn't really work. If you use it in 33, the triple captain, like where do you play with your other chips? Then you probably have to play the assistant manager here, 36 to 38. He might be stuck in Michelangolo's pocket. Get out of here, mate. Get out of here. Mikalenko's going to need a much deeper pocket if he's going to be fitting Salah in there, mate. He's going to need to wear 4 sets of trousers. He's going to need to wear. He's going to need to wear cargo pants or something with a few extra pockets in there. No, I mean Salah's been in mad form, man. But yeah, I like it. Obviously, like not the easiest games, I would say, Bournemouth, Everton, right? But it makes sense if you're really thinking strategically about the chips. 24 triple captain just makes a lot of sense. Ipswich this week also is like I wouldn't tell your nose up at it. I know Brian was talking about that earlier. Yeah, Ipswich definitely makes quite a bit of sense as well. But like I said, you got 2 chances for bonus, 2 chances for clean sheet point, two lots of minutes played. Michael, Clive or Jackson this week? Nicholas Jackson? Man, Nicholas Jackson, 100%, 100%, 100%, 150%. That's not a percentage, but that's where I'd go. Guys, any other team reviews that you want done? No worries, Mike. If you enjoy, if I'm helpful for you guys, please remember to subscribe, like the video. Please try to help this channel grow. We hit 1K subscribers last week, doing pretty well. Obviously, like now's the time where it gets a little bit harder to compete with some of those like bigger streamers that are online. But just note, I can answer all your questions, go into a little bit more detail than those guys. So definitely worth sticking around with me. And my answers are more insightful and tactically based. Jokes. No, but they are. Nicholas Lomi. Remember me when you're famous. Finners, I will never forget you, mate. Honestly, like you're actually a legend. I appreciate you so much. Like you also, I think like the first person maybe on this stream that I chatted with, and you also helped me with like tons of graphic stuff, which I suck at, but I'm getting better. Hopefully, you guys think I am anyway. I'm good at talking about football, but I'm not good at graphical design. Who to bench from Robinson, Hall, Munoz, Timber and Einar. I feel like all 5 could keep a clean sheet this week. Man, you're telling me. I would play Timber, I'd play Hall, and I'd probably... So hard. You got such an optimal defense. I'd probably bench Einar, and then it's between Robinson and Munoz, and I think I've been saying to everybody that one's 50-50. You've got to make the choice on who you think is going to score most attacking returns. But I went Robinson based on if I thought the clean sheet was more likely for Robinson v Munoz. And I think Robinson plays in that sort of left wing role for Fulham as much as Munoz plays in that right wing role for Palace. I know Munoz maybe gets into a bit more goal scoring potential. But yeah, I went for Robinson just based off I thought goal was unlikely, and I thought that the clean sheet chances were slightly higher for Fulham, just given Man United's inconsistency. So it would be Robinson, Timber, Hall for me. I like the Hall and Timber clean sheets the most, and then the other 3 I think are all swings in the dark. But I'd go Robinson for attacking perspective. Triple captain Salah v Ipswich. Well, this is what I was saying, Matt. Like the reason I'm not doing it, although I think it's a fantastic week, and if there were no double game weeks, I would do it. The reason I'm not is because in the double, you have a chance for additional set of bonus points, additional 2 points for playing again the minutes played, additional chance for 1 point for a clean sheet. Like even if he gets like an extra return against Ipswich, like that could be cancelled out by like him playing another set of games and getting a clean sheet. Like that's already 3 points in that game, like that. And then if he gets bonus in both games, like that's just more that he has to catch up in the Ipswich game. Nicholas Lowe, you feel like the law of FPL is going to be true here. Whichever one you bench is going to haul. I mean, mate, with that defence, like surely you're crying about this every week because that's rough, man. That is you got to look at the matchups. I think in that stage. I think this week the matchups are not so easy to pick. I would say like offensively, Palace, Brentford. Munoz pouring up that right hand side. Rico Henry's back for Brentford. He's actually like quite nice. I like Rico Henry. They also might play him and Lewis Potter on like the left wing. I think they probably play Shada, but they might play Lewis Potter as well. And then like that's a little bit more of a defensive cover for them. So yeah, maybe Munoz a little bit more difficult. And Brentford obviously attacking wise, you got Mbumo v Munoz. So no, he's going to be on the other side. You have like Lewis Potter and Rico Henry v Munoz that side. Then Fulham v United, like they're going to be bombing on to United's wing backs. Please rank these three in order of starting Raul, Robinson and Mad. You got to go attackers. Just more upside. So it would be Raul, Ahmad, Robinson. But I flip-flap this week between Raul and Ahmad. I think someone asked me a question midweek on one of my videos, and I said Ahmad. I went Ahmad over. Sorry, not over Robinson. Over Raul. Raul and Ahmad. I flip-flop. I said Ahmad over Raul, like Jimenez. But I've had some bit more time to think about it, and I just think I like Jimenez. I think United have had like quite a few defensive problems so far this week as well. Like their three centre backs have all been injury concerns: De Ligt, Yoro, and brain blank on the other one, but their other centre back. You know who I mean. Sorry, not centre back. Mazraoui. All had some niggles, so not fully fit, but possible to play. So yeah, I think Jimenez is just nice. Martinez. What about Martinez finish? In goal for Villa against West Ham? As in like a pick coming up over the upcoming game weeks? Because between game week 16 and game week 22, I've had 98 points on my bench. Come to my channel, man. I'm good with benchings. I'm pretty good, except for last week. We won't talk about that. Always had someone on the bench that's hauled. Yeah, but I think you've got to like. Yeah, I think you have to look at the rotations in defence as well. Like, if you are gonna have defenders, think about rotations when you select your players. Oh, Martinez, the other shot player at United. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, that signing kind of like, I don't know, it bemused me a little bit, to be honest, like that signing of Martinez. I sort of felt like he's just really short. Like, really short. Start 2, Wood, Eze, Rogers. Wood and Rogers, easy one. I asked Ahmad Raul on Deadline 3 last week, he flip-flopped, they both ended up blanking. There you go, mate. That's why it's such a difficult pick, because I knew they were both going to get the same amount of points. He's so small, yeah. Exactly, yeah. I just don't understand. Like, why would you sign a centre back that's a midget? Like, just cross the ball into the box. Even Darwin Núñez might do well against him, and he couldn't hit a barn door with a flipping golf ball. No, I think Amorim's a good day for United. Like, I just think he needs to shove these players out the door in January. Just shove them out of the door. Just clear out some space in that United team. Otherwise, you've always got these miserable players moping around. They don't really want to be there. Like, look, I like Rashford, but just get rid of him. Like, if you need to sell and get money out, and you need to get rid of Garnacho, just do it. Whatever. Like, I like Garnacho as well, but like, then you can buy in whoever you want. I sort of trust Amorim a little bit more than Ten Hag with signings. Anthony's out on loan now. You got rid of that joker. John Joe Shelby, yeah, he'd probably suit your team fitness, mate. He's the sort of quality that Man United are looking at these days. Joking. These guys are all at high wages. Seems like we're getting rid of Garnacho to sell, which is, yeah, I agree. I think Garnacho's like not the greatest sell, but also like I think his finishing needs a lot of work. But I think he's a super dynamic player. I really like him at Man United as a player. I think his finishing is needs a lot of work for the position he plays. I'm sure you can find something I guess it's hard for you guys signing players as well at the moment now because you sort of you're not in the Champions League, so it's a little bit more difficult to sign the players. But yeah, did I drop some frames? If you go to Chelsea, I'll find there is Bridge. Swap for Nkunku. Yeah, that would. I actually think that would be a win for United. I think Nkunku plays in that behind the striker role. That's his better position as well, and his finishing is pretty good. So I'd make that trade. If I was United, I'd make that trade. What's Scott actually going to do at Chelsea? He's not even going to play. He's going to sit on the bench, sit in their 450-man squad. Probably go out on loan to Sporting Lisbon. Be a waste of time for him to sign with them. I also don't get that about footballers sometimes. They sign for teams where they're just blatantly not going to play. Who signs for Chelsea these days? Why do you sign for their team? There's a squad of 459. Matt, yeah, sure, man. Let's pull it up. I love a good team. Last week though, the team reviews were mad hectic. I only just got through everything. This week you guys have given me a bit more time to relax. Wait, is this the right team ID, Matt? This is Brett Kelly. Would you bring in a Trent for a -4 next week, or bring in Kanai without taking the hit? Bring in Kanai without taking the hit, definitely, Nicholas, man. It's very rarely worth taking a hit. Very rarely worth taking -4 hit. That is. Also, what is this team? Why does it say wildcard 1 used twice? This is the first time I've ever seen this. I kind of want to go through all his game weeks and find out what weeks. Can I put this team ID in? Is this your team, Matt? That's not. Yeah, I didn't think so. But I kind of I want to look at this team in the actual FPL site, because that's so weird that it said they've used their wildcard 1. I've never seen it glitch that app. He used wildcard 2, not wildcard 1. I don't know why it says wildcard 1 here. That's so weird. I've never seen this app glitch before. So crazy. Also, tragic wildcard team. Brought in Gabby Aziz. Kepa. Ooh, yuck. And then transferred him straight out again. That's so banter. I love it when people do stuff like that. I bench Trent as well. He's got to get rid of Jesus. I'm just reviewing some Rando's team now. Yeah, check the number for me, Matt. In the meantime, I'll put my actually, I should just double check that I have genuinely put the correct team playing for myself. Yeah, so what do you think this week, guys? Maybe I'll ask you guys for your thoughts. I have put Whistler on the bench this week, and just trying to figure out what my next plans even are. Nick, do you have your team ID, mate? I can put you up on screen and we can talk through your transfer plans going forwards. I'll chuck you up on the screen after Matt. We can talk through transfer plans. It's a lot easier when I can see the whole team. I can definitely give advice. Here we go, Matt. 87k. Ooh, I'm just ahead of you. You're catching me. Flipping Phil Foden. Everyone's ruining me with Foden. 38928. Yeah, I'll do you in a second. Oh yeah. What was your transfer this week, Matt? You made one, didn't you? Or you didn't make one? How long's my delay on it? I think it's 8 seconds or something, is it? I tried to do low latency today to try and get the least delay on the stream. Hopefully it's 3 seconds. Oh, we didn't talk about your transfers this week. You got 2 straight transfers. Normally transfer, yeah, going to be rare to Arsenal before deadline. Yeah, fair. Trent hasn't. Yeah, and then Robertson Hall. Oh, he started at the back. Gabriel, Hall, Trent. Bench Robinson, Faze, Ahmad. That's probably what I'd do. And then you still have 2 free transfers for next week, which, I mean, you don't really have any big decisions to make, to be honest. If you want to keep Raul, maybe, but I mean, who do you go for? You go for a Wissa. Maybe Jimenez to Wissa. Going to start Gabriel T.A. Hall at the back, yeah, I'd go for that as well. Yeah, maybe Jimenez to Wissa in the future, but I don't think your team needs any major overhaul. I think you just keep rolling your transfers. Target fixtures that you think are good. I do think Brentford v Tottenham is nice for Wissa. That could be something to think about. Even Mbumo in, but your midfield's nice. Mbumo for a mad, but you don't have the money. Nick, put you up, mate. Planning on doing Raul to Wissa, Gordon to Mbumo, Gabriel to Kirkes next couple of game weeks. Gabriel to Kirkes. I don't think you need to move Gabriel to Kirkes. Arsenal's fixtures are fine to 26. And then defensively, Bournemouth, the fixtures are not actually 27, 28, 29. Not amazing. Then they get a little bit nicer from 30 to 34, but like Arsenal's are also okay from 30 to 34. I think you can leave Gabriel. Honestly, I think you can leave Gabriel. Unless you need the money. Oh, for funds for Moisey. Yeah, alright, fine. But think about what I said, man. I know you want to go Moisey. Think about what I said. About 31 to 33. Could be the time to play that trip captain. Could be the time. Don't waste it. Don't waste it too early on Moisey. I think you can wait and just keep your team going. Sorry, let's get to you, Nick. So, 389208. $28k, Nick. Flying, mate. Flying. Yeah, you're the same as me. I had another best game week last week. It's a bit of a tragic game week last week, wasn't it? I was coming for that top 20k. Now I'm back down in it. 80. Who? Robinson, Aina, Munoz, Tim. Yeah, it's Timber. Yeah, that's your crazy defence, isn't it? Midfield, Salah, Mbumo, Gordon, Palmer. Oh man, that's tough. Who do you bench? I'd probably bench Chris Wood this week. Is that crazy? No, I have to. But you'd have to bench Rodgers. I wouldn't want to bench Rodgers this week. Just wouldn't want to bench him. Just think he'll do something against West Ham. Bad in transition. Oh, Jackson with Gakpo. Mate, how have you got this much money? 105.8 at the back. That's mental. Jackson for Gakpo. Yeah, next week maybe you go like, I don't know, Timber to Trent. Can you afford that? No, you can't. You go Timber to Canate or something. Have a look at your rotation. I need to probably sit down and look at the rotation. Radko, mate. Sanchez, Bruno, João Pedro to Pickford and Mbumo, Wissa for free. Yeah. Do you need to move JP? Like, why don't you move JP next week? JP v Everton's a nice fixture. I know Matt's in the chat, so we shouldn't say that too loudly. JP to Everton's a nice fixture. Don't hate it. Tossing up between going Timber to Canale or downgrading Timber to free up enough money for the assistant manager. I don't think you need to free up that money for the assistant manager yet. I don't think you need to worry about it. Like, just go to Kanai. Like, you shouldn't be using your assistant manager till like game week 31, like earliest. I'm telling you, earliest game week 31, earliest. Double game week or right at the end of the season when teams don't have anything left to play for and you can target the bonus. Otherwise, don't even think about playing a assistant manager. Anyone that does that has to be super lucky to get a good result. Like, get a better result than I think I would get if I played at 31 to 33 or 36 to 38. So do not worry about freeing up the money right now. You've got like 7-8 game weeks to structure your team nicely. Think about it as you go along. You should be trying to structure your team towards game week 29 and the like blank game week. But you can make those calls after 24, after when these games are played, the semi-finals of the cup, because then you'll know who's blanking in 29, and then 25 to 29 you can start structuring your team properly. So don't stress about assistant manager right now. It's just not relevant. I'll do a video after the semi-final of the cup, and I'll do like updated chip strategy. But I mean, I've been saying it since I don't know when. I've had to sell Daniel Robinson very early season. My team he flew up so quickly so early on. Yeah, your team value is great. 105.8. I don't know what mine is. How do I see this on here, right? Team value. 105.9. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've got 1.2 in the bank at the moment. No transfers though, right? Yeah, no transfers. Yeah, man, I don't know. My decision's really, do I play Wissa or bench Wissa this week? Something I should probably think about. And I thought about it in the midweek, but right now, couldn't tell you who I want to pick. Could not tell you. But I think Wissa's the best pick. For the bench. Double game weeks are losing, but it can either be double good or double shit. As in for the assistant manager? I don't think so for the assistant manager, because I think you pick a big team. I think you pick a big team in a double game week. It's just more likely to get points, man. You take your punt in the single. Or you get 2 chances at a punt for a small team. Haven't quite decided on what I'm going to do yet, but I think it will also depend on where I am at that stage of the season. If I've got a chance of winning FPL, I'm taking a punt. If I don't have a chance of winning FPL, I might still take a punt. But yeah, I mean, I think if I'd started content creating from game week 1 this year, I would be like top 10k at the moment. But I was sort of just playing with my mates, and I used to watch content creators, and I was like, man, I can give better advice, and let me just do it. And here I am, talking absolute trash. The only logic of using the assistant manager chip is if Spurs and Fulham get a double in 25, which is a minor chance of happening apparently. I still wouldn't use it. 24 to 26 covers 2 double. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, if that happens, I'd consider it. I legit would. Yeah, I would consider it. I think if that happens, I would have to make a very quick decision. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Also, fitness legend. Yeah, but let's hope Spurs don't beat Liverpool. Yeah, but you can't make the gamble on that though, can you? Because the Spurs Fulham, you only find out whether Spurs make it through after game week 24. Like, the game is midweek. Like that week is the EFL semi-final is midweek 24. So it's just silly, in my opinion, to play the assistant manager in 24. It's like the biggest gamble in the world to play it, really, in my opinion. If you're gambling on that being arranged in 20, I just don't think that will happen. I don't think that will happen. So many things have to happen for that to happen, and then yeah, if you played it, you're super lucky. But whatever. I don't really generally play too many like lucky. I mean, obviously everyone gets a bit lucky, but I just tend to think like just play sensible options. What I think is the best. You can't just gamble like that. I mean, you can. It's a fun game. Listen to me, just talking to myself. All right. How long have we got till deadline? 1 hour. 1 hour till deadline. That is. Yeah, I can go through a few things then. Nice. Thoughts on Marmouche? To be honest, I actually don't really know too much about him. I don't like. I feel like he's just one of those guys that's going to end up as one of the like Pep rotation. If anything, I think that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the wingers. That's going to make Haaland even less useful. Yeah, I've got to be honest. I don't know too much about him. I really don't. Second to Salah in Europe for goals and assists. Yeah, I mean, Man City bought him for what did they buy him for? It's probably some stupid amount of money. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's wait and see. Like, I don't really watch a lot of the Bundesliga, so I don't know. Where was he? Wolfsburg? Frankfurt. Wolfsburg. I don't know. I don't really watch too much of the Bundesliga, so I don't know. But let's see. Let's see how he fits into that City team. Be interesting to see the rotations that Pep goes for. Frankfurt, yeah. Be interesting to see the rotations that he goes for. I might talk through some of the like tactical observations I picked up from last week that I put in my tactics and stats video this week, and then we can go on to the team predictions that are like the game result predictions for this week as well. If any of you are interested in those, City fixtures are tough. Yeah, City's are very tough. The next, that's why I'm not transferring in any City players, but Foden I'm sort of I would give another week to. They've also they picked up their attacks. So if they can do it against a proper team like Chelsea, we'll see. Yeah, so these were sort of like my thoughts that maybe we talked through and like some of the predictions I made last week. So Arsenal Villa went both teams to score. Obviously finished 2-2, got that one spot on. Just what I saw out of that game was a little bit of a game of two halves, but Bruno for Diaz locked Luke up. Yeah, mate, gone for it. You were always an upside player, Luca. I thought you'd like that thought. You're always an upside player. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but if it does, you're thinking you're in for a good rank, a good game week rank. Yeah, so I think last week, as I was talking about, I thought although Lewis Skelly's potential doubt for this week for Arsenal, I thought he looked. Diaz has the armband. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, no one has Diaz. I'm supporting that. That's good. I like it. Salah, man. Come on, nah, man. I'm still supporting Salah. I can't deal with Salah not doing it for me this week. I've had two joke of captaincy. It's like the week before it was it's just terrible. Anyway, this week everyone's going to captain Salah, to be honest, so I'm sort of happy about that because I think my team's really good, so I'll probably increase in rank. Touch wood. Touch my head. It's all hollow in there. Yeah, anyway, I was talking about Lewis Skelly. I thought it looks really good for Arsenal. I think it's really nice for them to have something going down that left side because they're so used to playing down that right-hand side, because of where Saka was and the triangle that they used to play in with Odegaard. that having that sort of attacking threat on the left is really useful. It does mean that they just have a few more options, and his link up with Trossard was actually really nice. And the fact that people were starting to give him a bit of credit also means that Trossard has a little bit more space when Skelly's sometimes, overlapping, underlapping, or just leaving him to go one-on-one. The players have to sort of sit with Skelly. So yeah, I thought that was really good for Arsenal. I thought with Saliba out with the injury, their defence obviously was makeshift with Partey. Partey is not a right back. Partey's an excellent central midfielder, but a right back. You saw for that last goal, the Watkins goal, like he tried to step up, and just none of the defence stepped up, and Watkins was just like, "Oh yeah, cheers," kicked it in. So yeah, I thought they definitely struggled defensively having Saliba out. And I think he's not had his best season this year, Saliba. He's just not been as calm as... Maybe he's been struggling with a knock for a while, we don't know. But yeah, it hasn't been as calm. I think when we talk about Arsenal, I've got the deep dive that I did on Arsenal, we can talk in a little bit more detail. So, as I say, stats are actually useful. I know I love to talk tactics, but stats give you some bits. Let's talk about this. Arsenal have fantastic XG, but is that showing everything? So they often win the XG battle against their teams, but they don't always get the win. All of these games in this top left one are where they've outscored their opponents for XG. And then if you look at the right here, this is their XG before the Saka injury and after the Saka injury. And you can see how it's dropped away quite a lot since then. And I think one of the reasons is Arsenal are very good in the build-up play of building up the pitch and sort of getting from a position where they have the ball in their defence and they slowly push the ball up the field. They slowly push their whole team up the field, so much so that basically their centre-backs will sit on the halfway line and Arsenal will be able to keep the ball. You guys, are you talking Arsenal? I'm not an Arsenal fan. Oh, are you talking Arsenal? Arsenal will be able to keep the ball in the opposition halves quite well, but they struggle to break teams down. Is Calafiori back this week? I think Calafiori is a potential. He's a... There was no solid news, but let me check the precise comments on him. I think he's still a possible, but I'll check the quote. I've got them written down. Talking about Liverpool, 1 or 2 goals max, get in the bin. Salah scores 1 or 2 goals max every game. Look at his stats, mate. Yeah, it looks like Calafiori's back, actually. I can't find that quote. I thought it was written down that he's... Sure. They said he'd been training this week, so not much more news. I think he must be fit, yeah. Didn't he play actually midweek for Arsenal? Did he play in the Champions League? Do I know Lee Gunner? I don't know Lee Gunner. Who's Lee Gunner? Oh, he was on the bench in the Champions League, so he's probably fit to play. He wouldn't have been on the bench if he wasn't fit. Is he one of those? Oh, he's one of those guys that does like the funny reaction videos. Can we see your predictions for the week? Yeah, I'll put them up. I wanted to go through the deep dive again, but I guess some of you guys that probably watch my videos have seen all of the Arsenal stuff and the Man City stuff. I'm going to go through it anyway. These are my Game Week 23 predictions. These are my Game Week 23 predictions. So, Bournemouth Forest, I went for a draw. I felt like this one was a pretty close call. I think Nottingham Forest had the slight edge for me, just based off the Bournemouth injuries. But I just think the way Irel has gone about Bournemouth recently, and like even with their injuries, they're just finding different tactical approaches to the game. Like at the moment, obviously having like Dango up top, Semenyo, Cliver, all of these guys like in and around him, and then just trying to press super high and cause problems for the opposition. Been really was really good against Newcastle. Newcastle couldn't get out of the back quite a lot, and they really struggled with that. Like almost what they tried to do to other teams, doing to them. Forest, though, like it'll be a bit different because I think Bournemouth are going to have the majority of the ball, and then Forest are going to be trying to breaking on them. But I think Bournemouth commit quite a few players forwards, so I think there's a good chance that Forest score. But I just can see Bournemouth scoring goals at home with the sort of attack that they have. So yeah, I went for a draw in this game, so I thought it was a hard one to pick. Brighton v Everton, sorry Matt, I went with Brighton to win. I think Welbeck coming back from Brighton's really like perked their attack back up again. They look nice, their attacking patterns are a lot better. João Pedro looks so much more comfortable in the 9. And yeah, I just haven't seen enough of Everton under Moyes to really get a grasp and tactical understanding of that one. So I guess this one was a pick a little bit more based off what I've seen from Brighton, and I've had like a few more games, I would say, to look at them. But it'll be a really interesting week this week to look at Everton and see how they do. Liverpool versus Ipswich. Should I be changing this one now, Luca, to Diaz to return? Maybe I'll have to do that. Would actually be quite funny. Oops. Bear with me. Bear with me. There you go, mate. Diaz to return, he's in. No, I'm not confident at all. In fact, isn't Fulham defence in a bit of shambles at the moment? Might be a mistake selling Fernandes. I think Fulham are alright defence. Like I know they've not been like superb defensively, but I also think like Man United have not been superb from an attacking perspective. No, it's too late, mate. I'm backing you now. You've convinced me. Diaz to return. This is the one. If that was too easy an option, I've got to go for some interesting stuff as well. I actually got approached by a sports betting company recently to work as an affiliate for them and to like put like basically, you know what all the content creators do for Fantasy Football Hub? Like Fantasy Football Hub gives them a cut of all the people that sign up. Like this is what one of the betting sites was asking me. Like, can you publicise us? And for anyone that signs up, you get money, and if they bet, you continue to earn revenue through there. But I wasn't sure I was comfortable promoting betting. Like, I like to have a bet, but like, there's probably people that struggle with it a little bit, so I didn't feel comfortable promoting. I haven't told them that yet, so please keep watching my videos, betting sites. I might do it, you never know. Ever since I benched Cunha's 16-point versus Fulham, I've been scarred. They kept a clean sheet last week, v Leicester, 2-0. But yeah, I don't think Fulham have been too bad defensively. I just think they've changed around their formation a few times. They've pushed Robinson on a little bit more. Promoting their website, but just like giving you predictions. I think they'd watched my videos and they had seen that like I give like predictions, and that they thought obviously that people might take these predictions and bet based off them. So they wanted me to like give a link and be like, link to blah 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 blah, whatever their website is, and then anyone that signed up using my link and like deposited money or bet, like I would get commission based off it. I mean, it sounds like a good deal, but I don't know. I spoke to my folks about it as well because they're not big fans of betting, so I decided that I wasn't going to go through with it. But I should probably stop saying that. They're probably still watching my vids. Betting sites still reach out to me. If you can do me an even better deal, then I might be interested. Make it too good to refuse, then I'll do it. You heard it first here. That's why I'm the goat. Thanks for this. Yeah, I think people can be easily influenced and stuff, and like, yeah, it's fine. Like if I know the people and my mates and stuff, it's not a problem. But like, I wouldn't want to make someone who struggles with that sort of thing and then get them into it, and then they're not able to get out of it. Because I know what it's like to have an addictive personality. I definitely have one. So. Tottenham to win, are you sure about that one? Yeah, like I said, I like to go for some ones that are like, this is my view, like it's not an obvious one. Like I could easily on this thing, probably this week, go almost every game, both teams to score other than Liverpool, Ipswich, and maybe Newcastle, Southampton, and that would probably come in. Because these days in the Premier League there are so many goals that I'd say if you do bet, I can't give betting advice. But yeah, I think both teams to score is generally like a good like prediction. But like most of the time when I've gone for that, I've been pretty good. If we stay below 15th, assistant chip is a lock on Ange. Yeah, I mean, if you guys stay there, you're going to be big on that assistant manager chip later in the season, especially if you beat Liverpool in the semi-final of the Cup, and then those two doubles end up going into like 31 and 32, and there's two doubles, and I would definitely consider assistant manager chipping 31-32 into a Tottenham in one of those fixtures. Definitely consider that. Yeah, Newcastle scored 2+ goals. I think it's like pretty obvious to me why I've gone for that. Like under Juric, Southampton's like counter press has been much more enthusiastic and a lot higher up the pitch, but their midfielders have not really worked out, like more so like their second line of midfield haven't really worked out how to step up into that press too well, and that's why they've been conceding so many goals at the moment. I don't know if is it like Southampton goals conceded in the last 6 or something, some stat I can bring up. I'll just get up ESPN link with the last few games. 3-3, 5-2-1. That's mad. Bernie, Wooden, Rogers, or Wisser and Mbumo. For this week or long term? Because it's horrible. That's a horrible pick. That shouldn't be a one or the other. That shouldn't be one or the other. What I would do if long term, yeah. What I would do is I'd probably, if you're gonna make, yeah. I mean, this week I like Wood and Rogers. I mean, long term I probably like Wood and Rogers, but I sort of like Mbumo in there. I think Mbumo is better than Rogers. Can you still keep Wood? I'd like to have one of Wisser and Mbumo. Like, you've got to have some other options that you can move. Those are like all 4. I'd want them all in my team. In fact, I've got all 4 of them in my team. So that's why I find that difficult to pick. Let me look at the fixtures a little bit. Just look at those transition games for Rogers. I think I prefer Wisser and Mbumo. But I mean, I also don't mind just going like Mbumo and Wood. Don't mind just going Mbumo and Wood. But I think I'd prefer Wisser and Mbumo. If I had to pick out of those two, I'd prefer Wisser and Mbumo. Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it. Yeah, Southampton's counter-press against Newcastle. I think Newcastle could kill them. Arsenal, Wolves. I think Wolves have created chances. I actually thought a couple of weeks ago they were looking a lot more compact, but they just keep finding ways to prove me wrong and concede goals. So that's been entertaining for all my picks, for Wolves picks. Yeah, I think I couldn't pick whether I felt Arsenal would demolish them or it would be one of those games where like Arsenal somehow managed to concede a goal but like score one. Luke off the bed. I'm going Salah captain because if Diaz returns, I'm still going to win massively. I think you should go Salah captain. And yeah, you would win if Diaz returns as well. And think about if Salah absolutely bangs it and you're going to be so pissed off. That's what I would do. I'm going to change my... If you do that, I'm changing this back to Salah to return. Just FYI, I'm not having any of this flip-flapping. This flip-flapping from you, mate. Can't be having that. But yeah, nice one, mate. Good luck this week. I hope it goes well. Also, I'm glad we got the benchings like pretty much right last week for 2 goals for Salah, 2 assists for Diaz. That'll do. I don't need like Salah flag Diaz. Get in the bin, man. Get in the bin. No, actually, I need Liverpool to keep clean sheet, man. I got Trent and Alisson this week. Come on, give me something, man. I need to come up the ranks again. I think I was like 13 green arrows in a row, and then had like really 2 small green arrows the last 2 weeks. 2 small red arrows the last 2 weeks. Got to get back to winning ways, mate. Get back to winning ways. Last question: do you think I bench Robinson and Wissa? Totally forgot the rest of your team. And start Woodham with yours. Oh. I think I would have gone Wood and Robinson. Yeah, I would have gone Wood and Robinson from that. But you don't have Mbeumo, like I'd be closer to Wissa and Robinson than I would to Wood and Munoz. I know you're probably hating this right now because you're like, I want to go to bed and just put my team in, and he's saying different things to what I'm thinking, and I have to think harder again. So sorry. But yeah, I think like I'd go Robinson over Munoz. I spoke about why I thought that there's slightly more potential for a clean sheet in that Fulham game, despite my prediction right here being both teams to score. But I think this versus Palace Brentford, which are also got both teams to score, by the way. Is Palmer out? No, I think Palmer will play. I think he'll play. It's against City. I think he'll play. Not confirmed, but I think he'll play. Initially, I had Munoz starting because I owned Bruno, so I didn't want to cross over. Yeah, I understand. I just think Robinson and Munoz both give assist potential. I know Munoz gives that really small more a chance of a goal. But yeah, I just think Fulham give that smaller chance of a clean sheet, and I think Fulham clean sheet is more likely than a Munoz goal, which I think is a fair call. And then Wood v Wissa is a toss-up, mate, honestly. It's a toss-up. It's a real toss-up. Do you own Mbeumo? No, you don't, do you? You're going to bring him in. Yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up. I might even go Wissa over Wood. Okay, for Gordon next week, yeah, I'm going to be saying that. Fundles buy 2, Gakpo, Mateo, Wissa. Buy 2. Well, Gakpo for the double game week. Obviously, I'd rather Diaz, but Gakpo for the double game week. And then I prefer Wissa, but I understand Mateo. I would buy Gakpo Wissa. It's just because I think I might, yeah, just slight bias. Because my brother's a Palace fan and I like to abuse him. Plus, I think Wissa has like one of the best footballing IQs in the Premier League. positionally wise. Also, I think Brentford score more goals than Crystal Palace. So I mean, all in all, like my comments make a lot of sense of why I pick Wissa. So I pick Wissa. Doesn't mean he's going to score more FPL points, but I think I'll go Wissa for sure. How long have we got to the deadline? 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Alright, I'm going Wissa and Robinson, benching Munoz and Wood. Oh man. Alright, let me just say that to you, but with full disclosure, this is my bench. But it's only because I didn't want to double up on Mbeumo and Wissa again this week after they double blanked me last week. Maybe that tells me that I should bench Wood and go Wissa if that's what I'm telling you to do. I honestly haven't made that decision yet. The Wood Wissa is a gut, man. Go with your gut on Wood Wissa. I think Robinson over Munoz makes sense to me. But Wood Wissa I think is gut feel. Couldn't tell you. Wood's been in such good form. Morris, Raya, Pickford, Bruno, Mbeumo, Raul, Gakpo. Any thoughts? Yeah, my thoughts are great transfers. I would probably do them. I mean, or like my alternative proposal to you is, excuse me, Raya to Pickford, fine, or Raya to Alisson. Bruno to Luis Diaz, Raul to Johan Wissa. That's my ultimate proposal to you, Morris. And I think I like it equally as much. If I were you, I'd keep Wood in, wouldn't double up, feel like they can only score two max. Yeah, I know, but I just feel like they're both always involved with their goals. But yeah, that's sort of how I'm feeling. Like I'd always plan to bench Wissa this week. There's something annoying niggling at me about benching him. I love that my subscribers are fans. Ozzy, do you stay up to watch the games? Yeah, I normally stay up to at least watch the first lot of games. At least the first lot of games. Are they all 2 AM this week, aren't they? Thanks, Luca. Good luck this week, mate. Louis, hey mate, would you sell Guardiola for Hall and Saliba for Trent? I'm struggling to decide. Absolutely, would definitely sell Guardiola immediately, without a shadow of a doubt. He needs to get the hell out of the team. Do you stay up for the games, Finners? Do you watch them? Which game are you watching as well? I'm going to be watching Liverpool, so I'm going to be cheering my butt off for Salah. Yeah, I think I'll probably stick, Luca, mate. Probably stick. Good night, mate. Hope you wake up to some good results. Did you go? I hope you went Salah cap in the end, but if you didn't, good luck anyway. Yeah, look, Louis, sorry man, Guardiola's got to get out of that team, and Saliba to Trent makes a lot of sense because of double game week. So yeah, it's very sensible. You shouldn't struggle too much about it. I think it's a very sensible decision. Guardiola's like the #1 player I wanted to get out of my team this week. Trent is like meh. Like you could go Kanai, you could go Virgil van Dijk. You don't have to go Trent personally. Thanks, Luca. Have a good one, mate. Rest up. Thanks for joining. As always, contributing. Guys, if you're watching and you're enjoying, even if you're not commenting, please sub to the channel. Give the video a like. Help us grow the subscriber base. Hit 1K this week. Doing really well, growing really quickly. Let's hope we can continue in this way. Would you leave Martinelli to Mbumo this week or wait till next week? Do you have other transfers that you might want to make next week? I mean, I'd probably make it. I prefer Mbumo over Martinelli, but do you have other transfers that you might want to make this week that if you hold on for another week, like obviously next week, Arsenal have Man City, which is also a great fixture for Martinelli, to be honest. Really good fixture. Good fixture for Arsenal. It's going to force Arsenal to play faster, which I think will make them a better team. And Martinelli on the counter is going to be the guy that's going to be doing a lot of that. So if you are not thinking, if you're thinking you might want to make some other transfers next week, you can just hold him for 2 weeks. Maybe if you're looking to bring like another Liverpool player in. Otherwise, just make the transfer now. I think Mbumo is long-term better player, better option. Alright guys, 35 minutes left till the deadline. Team IDs, feel free to put in the chat. I'll go through anything that you guys want to discuss. For now, what should we go through? Should we go through the rest of the predictions? So the rest of the predictions for this week: City, Chelsea, 2+ goals scored. I think a bit of an easy one. City's defence is absolutely shocking at the moment. Captaining Watkins, Ronnie. Nice. I think he's on my third on my captaincy options for this week. I had Salah, Palmer. Did I have Salah, Isak, Palmer, or Salah, Palmer, Isak? I think those two were pretty close for me. And then I had Watkins as number 4 on my list. So interesting differential captain. Personally, don't feel like it's a differential week. I think Salah v Ipswich is like a really nice fixture. But yeah, I mean, Watkins is one of the options that you could go for this week. Interesting. Yeah, then Palace, Brentford. Just figured Palace have been looking really good at the moment. Especially their sort of 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-2-1 that they're playing with the Sarr and Eze in behind Mateta has been really working well. Their link-up's been really nice. And then Brentford, obviously attacking very well, scoring a lot of goals this season. I know they're away from home, and there's been this big away from home at home thing, but it's only because they've played all the good teams away from home so far this season. That's why their away from home performance has been worse than their home performance. So you need to look into these things. Like, you can't just listen to what people are saying sometimes. Dumisani Mwale, awesome name. Would you start Van Hak or Aina? Van Hak against Everton. I say this. I obviously think Moyes looks like he's sort of changing Everton around a little bit, but normally I'd have a little bit more tactical knowledge about the Everton team to give you a better answer, but I'm sort of working off the fact that I still don't think Everton are a great attacking team despite their win against Spurs. So I guess you could say that working with a little bit outdated sort of data, but yeah, I can't see them improving hugely, so I'd probably still go Van Hek. Hall or Kirkes or Robinson to start? Hall for me against Southampton. Southampton are shocking attackingly. Ronnie? Edwin, 4.6 mil to spend on defender. Who would you bring in? Mainly looking for a rotation option for gaming 25 and 27. Alright then, let's pull up the game weeks and my own fixture difficulty. Let's go defensive. Let's go defensive ones. 25 and 27, you're saying? I'm immediately going to look at Nottingham Forest because I know Nico Williams is 4.4, but those are not good. So best, Fulham, Castagna is the best, Edwin. Castagna would be the best rotation option for those 2 weeks. Bournemouth? Yeah, if you want to go Bournemouth, you got I can't pronounce his name. Huijsen. Good attacking presence off set pieces. Been really good at centre back for Bournemouth since he's come into that team. Made it his own. Made a really good partnership with Zabani. Bournemouth, the names I'm butchering them, but him, Huijsen and Zabani made a really good centre back pairing. Yeah, look, I'd probably say Castagna, but I think you can definitely go for Huijsen. Anyone else in there? Not really. Yeah, I think those two are the best options. Yeah, I think those two are the best options, mate. Villa. Is Luca Dean 4.6? Thought he was more expensive. Yeah, Luca Dean is 4.6. Yeah, Luca Dean. On set pieces. Generally has started the majority of games. I know last week he played 45 minutes. But if you look from a statistical perspective, and I know I prefer the tactical standpoint, but if you look from a statistical perspective, he started 19 out of 22 games this season. So I know people are always concerned about his rotation, but he's an option. He's on set pieces, he's on corners. But Villa have been pretty poor defensively as well. Do have to factor that in. And I would say he's been a rotation risk with Maatsen. He played well in the Champions League. Yeah, people. I don't believe that. Don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. Look at him. He's played. Look how many minutes he's played. I'm literally showing you. I don't believe he's that much of a rotation risk. He's literally played 19 out. He started 19 out of 22 games. Like, if you're looking at all the defenders in the Premier League here, I mean, this is not all the defenders in the Premier League, but like, he's less of a minutes risk than Trent Alexander-Arnold. So let's consider that, I guess. Like, pretty close to Lewis Hall. So no one thinks twice about those guys. Matty Cash, yeah, I mean, Matty Cash is fine, but I mean, he's probably more of a minutes risk than Luca Dean. Especially if Pau Torres comes back. Pau Torres comes back from injury, you can easily see Torres and Mings, Konsa shifting over to right back, Matty Cash coming out of the starting lineup. Definitely could happen. I'd definitely not pick Cash. Like, I'd not. If you were thinking about picking Cash, I'd much rather Castagna or Huijsen, I would say. If you don't like Luca Dean, probably Huijsen, because I think Southampton are the worst and the most likely for a clean sheet out of all of these. I think Forest and Wolves do have some attacking guys, depending on whether Cunha leaves and goes to Arsenal. So yeah, I'd probably go with him. Castagna maybe a little bit more attacking potential. Not so much, I would say. Not so much more. He's probably been playing in like, Fulham's been playing like a 4-5-1, and basically Robinson's been playing left wing, Castagna's been playing right back, and they defend in a 5-4-1 with Robinson slotting in alongside Bassi. So yeah, Castagna doesn't bomb forward as much. Yeah man, give me the team ID. Give me the team ID. Let's talk through it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. No stress. And if I'm helpful, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. Please help increase this subscriber base. Small channel, but we did hit 1K recently. We have grown really fast this year. I think people have really enjoyed the tactical side of stuff and those videos. So yeah, obviously appreciate all you guys that are here joining, watching at the moment. Keep it up. Let's keep the growth. Hopefully we'll hit 2K this year, maybe. Is that too optimistic? Jan Mulwer, Beto and Ryan Nuri for Ndiaye and Kirkes. Huh? No, don't do that. No. Lebu, my guy, Green Arrow, good man. Alright, Edwin, let's have a look, mate. No more reds, please. Yeah, me too, mate. I had like 13 green arrows in a row until the last 2 weeks. I had 2 small green arrows, but it killed me. It still hurts. You got 4.6 to spend on a defender. Oh, did you make any transfers this week, Edwin? Because I can't see the transfers you've already made this week. So I imagine you have if you're saying you got 4.6 for a defender. Surely you're taking Pedro Porro out of this team. That's the first thing I see. Nope, done yet. Okay, Gabriel, Hull, Robinson, fine. Mikalenko, fine. Salah, Mad, Bruno, Palmer, Rogers, Mateta, Isak, JP. Cool. So I'm definitely doing Porro to Trent. Yeah, okay. Porro to Trent, okay. What's Trent? Value 7.2, and Porro must be what, 5.6? 5.4. Do you have the money for Porro to Trent? Oh, you're saying you're then going to downgrade somebody else? Selling Robinson. So you'd have 4.9 if you sold Robinson, right? Trent 7.2? 7.3, oh, okay. So that's what, 1.9 to Trent, and then a Robinson down 0.3, yeah, 4.8. 4.8 you might be able to get like Milenkovic. No? What are Forest's fixtures? $4.8, we got some more potential. Fulham and Arsenal, oh yeah, yuck. 25 and 27. Hang on, let's have a look at 4.8 mil defenders. Deadline last second shenanigans. Did the wildcard help last week, Levy? Oh, Green Arrow, sounds good. You have 4.6, really? Maybe I just can't math. Probably because you got some price changes on Porro and you probably don't sell him at 5.6 or something, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Ooh. Did this team change? Oops, sorry. Yeah, you must have got some price changes on Porro. Or has he changed price since then? Maybe that's why. mic is lagging. Sorry, man. I need a new mic. I'm gonna sort that out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully. It's good now? Okay, cool. Back to barely in 200k, small green was talking, I accidentally captained on Palmer. I mean, what does it matter last week, Levy, man? There was no good captaincy choice. You only got a couple more points. Yeah. That would have been funny. Yeah, okay, Pedro Porro up to Trent. Kind of like Robinson there. What about taking out Gabriel? Much of a muchness, I think, the two of them. Yeah, Foden killed me as well, Levy, mate. That was a joke. Mateta, I understand. Foden was just lucky, man. Man City have just found a solution, but the people that brought in Foden, like, Man City was still shit at that point, so it's kind of like, you just got lucky that Pep found a solution. He played De Bruyne on the right, Savio on the left, and Foden in the half space, and now there's space for him, and now he's scoring goals. It's like, well, I couldn't make that transfer for one game week, but if I was on a free hit last week, I'd have definitely brought in Foden. It's just annoying. So whoever brought him in, had no consideration. They were just hoping that he would do well. Yeah, agreed. Very annoying. Matera, I understand. It's fair pick. Yeah, man. I'd probably do what we're saying, Edwin. Man, I'd go Robinson down to Hodgson. Or you take out. You got two United midfielders, so you should go Bruno down to Mbumo. That actually is nice. Think about that. Think about Bruno to Mbumo, Porro to, or even more rogue, Bruno to Luis Diaz for the double game week. That's a bit. I don't know if you're that risky. I think Diaz is nice, but he's a short-term pick. I would try and get rid of the double United. So actually, I would do that. I'd pair Porro to Trent, and then your other transfer should be focused on Bruno and Ahmad. And I'd probably rather have Bruno in, but he's the way that you can get money into your team. So maybe you just move Bruno to Mbumo or Luis Diaz. That's what I would do, Edwin, mate. Savinho is the one that made sense. Yeah, at the time they brought everyone in, Savinho was the one that made sense, but over the last couple of weeks, if you look at the tactical changes Pep's made, it's opened up the space for Foden a little bit. Yeah, so I like that move actually. Yeah, I think it works nicely for your team. You get to keep Robinson as well, who's good, and you keep that nice rotation at the back. Start Munoz or Estepinho. Ooh, wow. Nicola also, hi. Hey Nish, good to see you as well, mate. Oh, a few OGs coming back in for the last 15 minutes. I'd probably go Estepinho, Nicola, but with a warning that depends how you feel about Everton. I feel like I haven't seen enough under Moyes to make a tactical view of whether I think they're better offensively or they just got a bit lucky against the Spurs team who have shit defence. If you think that Everton definitely look better offensively now and can score goals, go Munoz, because Munoz has definitely got more attacking potential. Who do I think wins the Brighton Man United game? Wasn't that last week? Man United won. Man United lost 3-1. United have got Fulham this week. Did someone else ask for a team review as well? Sorry if I missed that. I'll just check now. I thought someone did. Jan, yeah, I'll pull you up now, Jan. Is it 4581601? Welbeck makes a difference, man. Told you, Welbeck makes a difference. I've been telling you, once he comes back, they're going to be better. Brighton look a lot better from an offensive standpoint now with Welbeck in the team. Levy, you giving me your team ID, mate? Are we having a look? Come on, surely. Nish, how you going, mate? How's your week last week? Did you go well? Jan, Hendo, Robinson, Trent, Lewis. Oh, Beto. Oh, you were asking me about Beto, weren't you? Beto. Dead. Yeah, maybe you do have to move Beto. Beto for him die. Man, they're both terrible. They're both terrible picks. I'm sorry. I know double game week, but I would, yeah, definitely move him. Definitely move Beto. Sure, go and die back to double game week. I don't know how. It's not the end of the world. And then 8 Nuri. 8 Nuri only gets good from 28. I think you don't need to move him right now, though. There's other parts of your team that you can look at. Like potentially you might want to move Foden after next week. He's done his job for you, 38 points, legend. Yeah, move Beto for Ndai, mate. Move him. Move him. If those are the sort of gambles you like to make, I like it. I like a bit of an aggressive play. How much is Ndai? 5.4, yeah, so you got the money. You got the money. Sure. But don't do Aiden to Kirk, because you don't need to make that transfer at the moment. You're going to play Hall, Trent and Robbo this week and Robinson this week anyway. So save that transfer for next week. You might not want to go to Kirkes. He's not going to go up in price. Is he? Oh, he is. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Is that today? Let me double check. He might have already got up. Oh yeah, he is going up. Kirkes wouldn't be top of my list, mate, if I'm honest. He wouldn't be top of my list to be bringing in as a defender. Bournemouth, like, defensive fixtures is not as good as their attacking fixtures, just FYI. Attacking fixtures from 25 are real nice. Defensive fixtures not so good. They're okay. I would prefer Liverpool. I'd prefer bringing in Canate if you could get to him. I'm not sure if you can quite, but if you can, that's where I'd go. Otherwise, potentially save that other transfer. You can make 2 next week, and then maybe you can get to Canate and downgrade someone else. You can downgrade like Henderson to Fabianski or something, or Flecken to Fabianski. I know it's a bit rogue, but and then you get up to Canate. That's what I'd do. Questions. Sorry, any other team reviews in there? First of all, no other team. All right, question. Oh, Nish, yeah. Nish. Go 8475745. Last week I tanked big times. Me too, bro. It's a shit week last week. You got green arrow. It's all good. Don't worry. Small progress. That's all you need. No, last week was tough, man. It's a tough week. It's okay. You did fine. You made most of the right decisions. Like benchings were all pretty solid. Like Semenyo mad, but like I would have got him out as well. Only 3 points left on the bench. Like, that's pretty good. I think the bench decisions were pretty spot on. Let's look. What are we thinking for the future for you? Who's your Liverpool triple? Salah, Verge, and +1. Yeah, I guess that would probably be my initial reaction. Is you probably want to get the triple Liverpool for 24. Did you make any transfers this week so far? I was thinking of moving out Saliba for maybe Canate, or I've struggled. Like Canate is a bit of a risk because he might not play both games in the double. Same for Robbo. Probably Trent plays both games in the double. Otherwise, like, who do you really move Saliba to? Like down to like a Robinson or something? Or even you just back your... Oh, you're down to Robinson because you got Harvard Bellis. Yeah, Bruno's a safer pick, Edwin, I agree. If I do Bruno out to facilitate the Trevor, who's the best mid to bring in April on Diaz rotation race? Personally, I think Diaz is definitely going to start this week. And sorry, Nish, I'll come back to you in just a sec. But like I was talking about this before. If you look at the Liverpool fixtures, I think you guys can. Oh, let me go back a little bit. I think Gakpo plays v probably plays v PSV midweek. That's his old team. So Gakpo might miss Bournemouth because he'll play Tottenham, and then like there's plenty of time to everyone. Full team will play Everton, so it'll be Diaz, Gakpo, Salah against Everton because they'll have a week to rest. I would guess that they all start Tottenham as well because we need to win that. Then Bournemouth's the one where there could be rotation potentially. Like I just think I don't know what's going to happen in that Bournemouth game. But Diaz will play this week against Ipswich because he came off after 75 against Lille, and Darwin played the full 90, which means he's saving legs for Diaz for this week. So it'll be Diaz in the 9, Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right. PSV, who knows what Liverpool will do? Like I don't think they should care about first or second. They might rest everybody, but I guess like Gakpo would want to play against his old team, so he probably plays. Then Bournemouth, Gakpo might miss. I don't think people are sleeping on the fact that Gakpo might actually get rotated for Bournemouth. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Slot will play the Bournemouth Tottenham so close together. Whether he'll just play them both. I think if Gakpo starts against PSV, he probably gets rotated for Bournemouth. If he doesn't, and he's not nice to him and lets him play against his old club, then I think it just depends what they value here. And I think they're going to value this Tottenham game because they're 1-0 down. And then I think they will play against Everton. So I think Diaz will definitely play Ipswich and Everton. And then Bournemouth, don't know. Honestly, no one can pick that really until this PSV game. If Gakpo plays PSV, then I think there's a high likelihood that Diaz plays Bournemouth and Tottenham. Torn between Diaz and Bruno. I think Diaz has higher upside short term for like 3 to 4 game weeks, but you're also going to have to make sure you take him out again by 29. So if you don't have the transfers and you're concerned, go and Mbumo. Otherwise, if you want to attack the upside, go Diaz. That's my call. Nish, yeah, I think mate, forward line's fine. 0.6 million on the bank. It's just your team value is a struggle at the moment for you, I guess. So yes, menu you probably have to hold. Saliba, if you downgrade, who are you upgrading to? I'd almost say if you want to go triple Liverpool, you maybe downgrade Saliba to like Robinson, upgrade Sells to Alisson. That's probably where I'd go, Nish. No worries, Ed. Please give a subscribe if I was helpful. Like the video. Appreciate you. I was thinking of benching Wood this week, but I have a feeling it will be stupid. I've been thinking about benching Wood this week as well, mate, but I can't bring myself to do it. Oh yeah, I'm on every game week, Evan, mate. Every game week. And I'll put out in the week a couple of videos. There'll be tactical observations on the game week that no one does. Statistics as well. I normally put into that video. And then I'll do like buy, sell, hold, and then I'll do live stream. Do we have a midweek this week? Is it midweek? No midweek this week. So yeah, I'll do all of those videos. Kentaro, hey bro. Lights of course. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate you, mate. Have a good week. Good luck this week. Yeah, Nish, I'd probably go Saliba down to like a Robinson and Sells up to Alisson, and then you have the triple Liverpool. Probably the safest triple Liverpool you can have. They're all going to start all the game weeks. Don't copy and paste it, Levu. Type it into the chat, and then your team coach should work. Kentaro, let's do you quickly, mate. 728-181. Those are my thoughts. Nish, let me know. Might roll the transfer this week. Yeah, I think you can definitely roll it this week and then make 2 next week. Because you'll probably play Virgil Hallman-Yoz. It's fine. Saliba's still got to potentially be out with a muscle injury. Is this you, Kentaro? 728-181. Sure this is you? I don't think this is you. Is this you? Levu, type it in, mate. Don't copy and paste it. Just type in the numbers. And if that really doesn't work, just type in the letters of the alphabet that relates to the numbers, and I'll work it out. Can't have this again this week. Can't have you not coming in again, Levy. Do it. I'll 5-minute do it. It's you, Kentaro. Alright, nice one, mate. Alright, Trent, Gabriel, Robbo. Any thoughts for this week, Kentaro? You want Gakpo in but no money. Yeah, what about Diaz? Diaz with Gordon or something. 1.9 mil in the bank. Semenyo up to Diaz. Enzo up to Diaz. Did you make any transfers this week already? That could work. 5.6. 5.6. Nice, Levy. 5.6, 7.5. Yeah, you could actually go Semenyo up to Diaz. I don't mind that. Or can't you go JP to Gakpo? Why can't you go that? Have you made a transfer this week, Kentaro? Because I can't see any transfers that you've already made. Otherwise, I like the team. Enzo probably needs to go. He can rotate with Semenyo, fine. I'd start Robinson, Gabriel, Trent. You have 2 transfers. Yeah, can't you just go JP to Gakpo? You got 1.9 mil in the bank. You think to move Enzo out? Just move him for Rodgers. Rodgers' good game week this week against West Ham. Then I'd start Rodgers instead of Semenyo. And then if you move JP to Gakpo, then that's your team. Then you bench O'Shea, Munoz and Semenyo. It's probably what I would do, Kentaro, mate. Also think Semenyo straight to Diaz would be fine. But yeah, if you want to get Enzo out, that sort of works. Enzo to Rodgers, JP to Gakpo. I think you have the money for that, right? 5.6. Maybe not. JP to Gakpo, you just have enough. 5.6 to 7.5. 1.9 in the bank. And then maybe you just have to hold Enzo this week. Otherwise, you can go Enzo to Rodgers, Gordon to Diaz. Alright, Levy, let's get you in quickly, mate. Come on, let's do it. 520, 507. One last question: start Rodgers or Ahmad? Rodgers definitely. Great week for him. Oh, fuck, I typed in the wrong team ID, Levy. Sorry, mate. Bench Rodgers, Martinelli or JP? Martinelli. Maybe JP. Definitely not Rodgers. Ahmad or Bruno? Should I bring in Robinson? Ahmad or Bruno? Play Bruno. If you're making a transfer and bringing Ahmad, if you're benching option, I would play Bruno. Should you bring in Robinson? Like to your team? I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, I mean Robinson's a great pick. 5201597. This is you, Levu, yeah? Come on, tell me this is right. This doesn't look right to me, but that's dope. You're inside top 300k, maybe it's you. And wildcard 2 used last week, yeah, okay, cool. Isaac, Wood, Gakpo, Mbumo, Salah, Gordon, Palmer, bench Ahmad, Hall, Robinson, Gabriel, bench Aina, bench Mikolenko, bench Ahmad. If you really fancy Ahmad over Wood, you could maybe do that, Levu. That's probably my only thought. Otherwise it would be Mikolenko bench, Aina bench, and then Ahmad or Wood. Yeah, that's your bench? Cool. And then cap Salah, man. Start Hall or Robinson? I'd start Hall. Southampton's a great fixture. They've been very poor attacking wise. 3 minutes till deadline, guys. Lock in your plans. Last minutes now. Probably not. Yeah, I hate benching Aina too, but just makes more sense to me. I don't know. Just Forest. I mean, if you really don't want to, it would be Robinson that I would bench for Aina. Like, definitely play Hall, definitely play Gabriel, in my opinion. But I think Robinson just more attacking return potential. Guys, 2 minutes to deadline. Please make your choices. tell me to play Wissa or to not play Wissa. Like I could easily do that. I could easily do that. I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of do. But I feel like I thought about it and I went this way. Crystal Palace just kept 2 clean sheets and 3 clean sheets in a row. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to bench Wissa. You like Wissa over Wood? Yeah, I kind of. But I've got Mbumo, that's why. I think if I didn't have Mbumo, I'd probably play Wissa over Wood. But I don't want to double up. I like Ahmad more as a player, that's why I chose him over Bruno, but I'd play Bruno if I had here. It's so weird. Yeah, I agree. But it's just because Bruno's on pens. Yeah, pens OP, yeah. Benching Ahmad for Wood. Yeah, fair. Totally fair. Wood's on pens as well. Bournemouth have conceded 2-0, 2-0, 0. Yeah, Bournemouth's defense not that bad. 1 minute till deadline, guys. I'm playing Wood. In Wood we trust. FPL gods do not laugh at me. Yeah, I'm on you. I'm on with you, Nish, mate. I'm on with you. In Wood we trust. Wissa, don't screw me again. Come on, the boys. Let's go for a green arrow this week. I'm keen to get back up into just a green arrow, really. That's all I want. 80k at the moment. I was under 40k. 13 green arrows in a row, ruined it. Alright guys, come on, let's get this. Deadline is in. Deadline is in. The game is updating. We are in. I don't know if anybody wants to like still in any cups. I don't even know, man. I don't really look at that stuff, to be honest. I have no idea. Probably not after last week. If I was, I probably lost last week. I only got 40. It's a bad week. I benched Trent. I won't talk about it. Lock it in, Larry. Yeah, guys, anything you want to discuss now, chuck in twat for me. Do I have a league? Yeah, the league should be on screen. If it's not, no, I'll tell you what, let me put the league code on the screen so you can see. Yeah, there you go. Oh. On screen now, I've got 2 leagues. I've got one from the beginning of the season, which is the top code. One's like a second chance league for anyone that died at the beginning, and that's the second code from game week 19 onwards. Got wrecked in every cup using multiple -4s, and they count in cups, so annoying. Yeah, I mean -4s, I'm always getting. Just don't. Yeah, I mean, you know, for next year, Levy, we've talked about it, right? -4s generally not worth it. Generally, yeah. League codes up there, up here, above my head. Edwin, join unless you're beating me. I'm already second because you can't join now. Yeah, you should be able to join. Oh yeah, because the thing locked out. Maybe just take a screenshot, join later, or just comment on one of my videos what's the league code, and I'll reply after. Yeah, anything like, do you guys want to chat about anything like chip strategies, assistant manager chips, plans over the next few game weeks? If any of you want me to like talk through any of that stuff, yeah, I agree with you, Levy, mate. You had a great game week so far. I think you said this was your first one, was it? You're doing really well. Triple captain Salah next week? Yeah, I think for sure triple captain Salah next week. You don't get the assistant managership. Oh, you know what? I'm prepared for you, Edwin. Prepared for you. Let me talk you through the assistant managership and how it works. So, yeah, I definitely think personally Nish triple captain Salah next week just is a lock for me. It's a lock. What do you think? Should I give double game week next week a miss since I don't know about Salah at the moment and I only got triple captain at the moment left? Yeah, Levy, sorry, just checking. Yeah, I actually think Levy, you don't need to play it next week. You can wait till like maybe 33, 36, where Liverpool might double and Salah might have an even better double. I think you can hold fire. Hope everyone else has a shit trip capped, because everyone's going to triple captain Salah. Wow, triple win on the Haaland on game week 2. That's epic, Evan. Yeah, I think Levy, you don't triple captain. You've just got to hope that he doesn't gun it next week. I'm sorry I can't be cheering for you at that stage, but you got to hope that he doesn't gun it next week, and then you have a chance to like make up margin on everyone else, because obviously you use your other chips, so they'll be using chips around that time. So use it 33, 36, I reckon, mate. Yeah, so assistant manager, Edvin, for you, available from Game Week 24. You can buy a manager to be part of your team, but you don't have to use it from 24. You don't have to have a manager in your team from 24. You only when you activate the chip, and the chip will be active for 3 weeks in a row. In those 3 weeks, you can't use any other chips, so you can't use like free hit, bench boost, triple captain at the same time as your assistant manager chip is running. So you have to really like plan the weeks that you want to use it. The first time you bring in an assistant manager, you have to buy them for like point. Like you've seen the. I don't know if you've seen the managers, but if you haven't, here they are. Let me just take the chat off the screen so you can see them. The managers are now in, and you can see their prices go from 1.5 million down to 0.5 million. Their prices are not going to change, so they're locked prices. They're in the game now, so you can buy them in. When you buy the first one in for the first of your 3 weeks, it doesn't cost you a free transfer, you just get them in. If you want to substitute that manager out at any point, then it's going to cost free transfers. My personal view is that you definitely should be substituting, because it's unlikely that you're going to have like 3 amazing weeks in a row, right? And this assistant manager chip is going to be the most powerful chip this season, that you want to pick the best game week each week. And once you've activated it, and selected a manager, you can't cancel. So then how the scoring works for it is based off the like manager's team, right? So say you got Arne Slot, or like here's the example on the right. Say you got Unai Emery in there for Aston Villa, and Villa are 6th at the time and play Liverpool who are 1st. That means you also get the bonus, but we'll get to that. So if Villa win 2-0, then they get 6 points for the win, and they get 2 points for a clean sheet, and 2 points for 2 goals scored. So overall, they'd get 10 points for that. And then because they're 5 or more places below Liverpool, being 6-1, they also get this additional table bonus. And that is only if the team that you've picked is like 5 places lower than the team that they're playing against. And you get an extra 10 points. So for that win, you get 20 points for picking Unai Emery that week. So what I can see from here is ultimately minimum points you can get for a win is ultimately 8, right? So if you win 1-0, the least amount of goals you can score, you get 6 points for the win, 2 for a clean sheet, and 1 for the goal scored. So you get 9 for that, right? So the lowest points you could score while winning is a 2-1 win, which is 6 points for the win and 2 goal points, none for clean sheet. So you'd end up with 8 points. So anytime your team wins, you get 8 points minimum, right? So in my perspective, that is the most important thing, is getting the win correct. Yeah, you can go for this big table bonus, but if you're picking Liverpool against Leicester, you're pretty confident that they're going to win that game. So you could get 8 points, but if you picked like, I don't know, Andrew Aaron is great, but if you went rogue and went like Crystal Palace to be like Man City or something, then even if they didn't win, you get neither of these, you don't get the win bonus, and they lose, you just get goals scored and clean sheets. If they draw, you still get 3 points for the draw and 5 points for the bonus, which is still 8 points, right? And then maybe you get one for a goal, 1-1 draw or something, right? So you get 9 points for the worst draw, which is the same as just picking Liverpool v Leicester. You'd get 8 points for that. So for me, you've got to be sure that your team's going to win to go for that. Like, a draw is basically the same as just picking like Arnie Slot. So for me, that's definitely one thing to consider. And I think over those 3 game weeks, I don't think you back the underdog in all of those weeks. I think one of the weeks you probably go for like Liverpool or Arsenal or Chelsea, and you just make sure you bank some points. And then if you do that maybe in the first week, you take a punt in the second, because you can transfer your managers around. Yeah, Potter at West Ham is a nice shout. And Amorim also nice shouts. And what I would say is, if I move on to this chip strategy, the best time to use this chip would be between 31 to 33 or 36 to 38. And the reason for that, yeah, you can transfer between them. I think that's a really crucial thing that you need to think. It does take 3 transfers, but that's really crucial because it's important to do that, because you can score so many points from like moving these managers around. So yeah, what my thoughts are is you play that assistant manager chip in a double game week, so you get 2 chances with the same manager, and that's maybe where you can go for the gamble of a lower ranked team and try and get the bonus, because then you get 2 chances at them getting a win. So that's where I'd then say it becomes the double in 33 and the double in 36 become nice timings. And that's like the double because of the blanks for the EFL Cup final and the FA Cup semi-finals. We'll know more around timings for that, probably game week 30. We'll know timings of the doubles for 33. We'll probably know around game week 30. Maybe sooner than that, maybe 28, 29. Depending on when teams go out. So then the next thing you need to think about is when you want to use it, why. And the reason that I suggest these weeks are because say it's say Liverpool beat Tottenham, and it's Liverpool, Aston Villa are going to be blanking in 29, and Newcastle beat Arsenal because they're already teamed up, and Newcastle and Crystal Palace. So Liverpool most likely are going to get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So there's a lot of assumptions I'm making here, but say they do, then the only fixture that they can play their double in is going to be 33 midweek. So that Liverpool v Aston Villa will come in here in game week 33. However, Newcastle v Crystal Palace can be played in 31 or 32 midweek, because neither of them are in the cup competitions. So that means you could end up having 2 double game weeks using the assistant manager chip across 31 to 33. You could end up with having a double in 31 or 32 and a double in 33. So you could easily pick slot in 33 and like either Newcastle v Leicester and Palace, or Palace v Brighton and Newcastle, and go for the gamble. So that could be something quite nice to think about. Or you could even go Villa against like Newcastle and Liverpool in 33. I think that's a bit more rogue, but you could easily go gamble on those for some points bonuses. And then in 32, you just pick the fixture that you want, really. Maybe you go Villa v Southampton and then roll that through into 33 v Newcastle and Liverpool. Like you sort of just pick whatever fixture you want in 32. And the other thought is, like, say that doesn't happen, and then both the doubles go in 33, then I think like it's not as valuable to use it there. Then I think 36 to 38 is a nice week to use the assistant manager chip, and the reason being is like by 37, a bit hopeful thinking. So 36 will be a double game week, so you'll have 2 chances again. then 37, like Liverpool might have won the league, so they might be just fielding like tragic teams at that stage, and not caring too much. And then, you know, you've got a team like Brighton that are playing Liverpool in 37, might be playing for Champions League football or Europa League football. Palace may be trying to stay up or playing for, I don't know, top half finish, and suddenly picking the Brighton team here, you're able to then get the 10 points when Liverpool are playing a reserve team because they've already wrapped up the league. Is there enough doubles to use all the chips in? Already triple captain Harley earlier. Yeah, so my chip strategy, and here is what my chip strategy would be. My chip strategy would be assistant manager's probably 36 to 38 at the moment, unless that happens. Free hit, I would play 34. I'd try and manage my way through 29. So I'd be really careful over the next 5 to 6 game weeks of the transfers that you make, because you want to make sure. You'll see after 24, I'll be able to give an updated view on this, because we'll know who's in the EFL Cup final, like the Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal games are played in 24. So then we'll know. And it'll probably, if Tottenham go through, it'll be a lot easier to manage 29 without playing a free hit, the blank. And then 34, I think you free hit because you're going to have 4 teams, probably Premier League teams in the FA Cup semi-final. So it could be 8 teams blanking that week. So that's the best week to play your free hit. Then yeah, trip cap you've obviously already used. Otherwise, I'd play Salah 24. And then I'd think I'd probably wildcard. Depending on when I play my assistant manager chip, if I play at 36 to 38, then I'd probably wildcard 30, 31, 32 towards a double game week 33 bench boost. Or if I play my assistant manager chip in that 31 to 33 that we were talking about, maybe 2 doubles, then I'd wildcard 35 and bench boost in the double in 36. So that sort of is what my thoughts are around the chips. And yeah, I'll do an updated video on this after 24 when I know who hits the EFL Cup final out of the Liverpools, Spurs, Newcastles and Arsenals, because ultimately that's going to make a huge difference. So I think 24 will know more, like 24, 25 will know more, we'll be able to plan to 29. And then I think it will be around here in 29, 30, that we'll be able to plan for the assistant manager / wildcard bench boost. I think really you will only be able to make the decision when they announce the doubles, 31 to 33 doubles. But I would say if Spurs beat Liverpool, I'd probably much more likely to play the assistant manager at the end of the season, because I think then both the fixed at Newcastle and Spurs doubles will probably go into 31. Unless I guess Spurs could still be in the Europa League, so maybe they go in 33, Newcastle go in 31. This could still be a nice time for assistant manager. So yeah, I think around this time, which will be game week 30, this will be a really nice time to know. That is when you'll have to choose your assistant manager 31 to 33 or 36 to 38, but you can wait all the way up to 30. And yeah, in 24 is when you get the semi-final results. So then you start to manage towards 29 where the blanks are going to be. So those are the key things to remember. 24, I'll try and put out a video midweek here. I'll do one talking about chip strategy going forwards, and then I'll of course do another one, probably another update around 30 when these doubles are confirmed. But yeah, those are my thoughts on chip strategy. I think that's really important to think, and I think I'm probably giving away too much information to other content creators that watch my channel that are now going to steal this. Because they probably haven't thought about all this, but that's the way to look at it. Hopefully no one watches this part of my video. Yeah, so all of you guys that are still on, lucky. lots of good info. Yeah, any other thoughts, guys? Otherwise, it's been going for now 3.5 hours. I will probably get some sleep. Or no, maybe an hour nap before the games at 2 o'clock. Get back up to watch them. Otherwise, yeah, any other thoughts? Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed the content so far. Appreciate all of you guys that are still watching. Definitely good info, very insightful, mate. Thanks, Edwin. Appreciate you, mate. Thanks for joining today. You've been really good to chat to about this stuff. And yeah, I had this stuff prepared in case anybody didn't know too much or didn't know everything. So yeah, thanks for making me use it. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. You too, mate. Have a great game week. Have a great game week to everyone still on. Lever if you're still there. Legend. All the others that are normally here. Thanks again for joining today. Another good week. Had a bit more time to go through other stuff with you guys this week. So yeah, long may it continue. Hopefully we can continue upping the subscribers, the likes and the views as we go on throughout the season. Hope you all have a great game week this week. This has been your English Aussie, and I'll see you guys